Hey, what's up, everyone? Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of Heliopsychosis podcast. This is your host, Vikka Draziv, guys. Welcome to the show. And yes, what an awesome journey we have got for you today. If you were here last week, we shared some amazing stuff, man. That podcast was really mind blowing. What I can really share and what the videos and the clips we shared, the possibility of multiple suns, and amazing and geo watching, just seeing that church right there right from before, that was freaking amazing. Yeah, so if you guys haven't checked it out, do check it out. Last week's show. Big shout out to my brother Ironworks for that super chat. We are here. Yes, brother, we're welcome, and do jump in. And this is the thing, where we are going today with our today's journey, right? So already the last week and the week before, there was some amazing inputs, right? Sun doing strange things, 24-hour daylight, right? Many different things to really think about and ponder, right? So all these 2 3 weeks have been amazing. I am enjoying this journey, and I've got some amazing stuff too, right? Bases from beyond Antarctica, never seen bases before, right? Some are abandoned, some are just for show, some are just left out there because they might have just went in more deeper, right? So uh get your popcorn, tea, coffee, play whatever makes you comfortable, and let's jump into today's awesome journey. And yes, let's say hello to our co-host Gene. All yours, brother. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm doing great, brother. I'm glad to be back. I was at the airport picking up Rob Noken from Disorganized last week. He hung out here for a few days, and we had a great time. Um, great to be back. I missed such a great show last week. Oh man, wow. So yeah, that's for sure. I missed a really super great show last week, guys. Um, But I got to throw a couple of shout outs, bro, before we start another great show, guys. First, I want to thank my wife, of course, right? My love. Um, and I want to thank Vikka, you, brother, for telling me that I need to start putting my moons on my Kofi, right? And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. And I did. And I ended up getting. My first order through there, right? And that's a shout out to my brother Tony Coriolis. He got the very first one off there. He's really psyched with it. Um, Eric Finn has bought a few, and he's ready to buy a few more once he gets established in his brand new house. So these things are kind of moving along, you know. I gave a couple to Rob. Um, I got to throw a shout out to my buddy Snake Turban Head for hooking me up with Ben Farley from Unchained, who hooked me up with Sam. And guys, next week I will have a website up and running to sell these things, and hopefully that works out really well. Um, so yeah, thanks to all you guys, man. I wouldn't have done it without any of you guys. You know, a little nudge here and a push here and a suggestion there, and it's really starting to take shape. And psyched to say that for 2025, you know, because I've been sitting on these for like a year now, you know, and I'm like, with it, you know, so networking helps, and I really appreciate everything from everybody, you know. Um, I think that let me show you what it does really quick though, guys. So these, you know, it's like a moon art, I guess, you know, and I figured a way to display it in a circular fashion, 360 degrees. So I also created the hanging system for them, and they all spin independently, and this whole thing kind of rotates. You can display them in any way you want, you know, and so that's that, guys. Hopefully you enjoy that, and I guess what? Enough of my yakking, right? Let's get on with the show, guys. Welcome, and have a good
Yeah,
show.
you're enjoying like a kid, right? Making all these things like toys, and it's freaking amazing, bro. And yeah, a shout out to everybody who supports whatever they can, right? That at least there's just something like, to support the people who are trying to do something, right? So that's always great, always awesome. And let's say hello also to my brother, Iron Words. How are you?
Family, I'm good. I'm good. It's good to see you guys. You guys are amazing. It's been a long time. Congratulations. Thank you for having me first off, Pete. And congratulations, Gene. Congratulations. And yeah, man, I wanna dip into that, man. I wanna bless you too, man. Send me
Thanks, brother.
I'd like to
Thanks so
get one
much.
of
Yeah,
those,
hit
man.
me
That
up,
looks
bro.
pretty
We'll
damn
figure it
amazing.
out, you know?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, throw the link, Gene, in the chat. Throw the link in the chat of the coffee.
Oh, I don't know how, man.
How come you don't freaking have to look for it and share it in the chat?
Yeah.
So,
Put it in the private chat and I'll put it in the regular chat.
oh yeah, it's also for the people in the chat for sure. Yeah, it's easy if you look ko-fi coffee/gene edited, and you're gonna find the shop there. The same thing also goes for me, ko-fi/Vikka Draziv, right? So you're gonna find all that stuff
Okay.
there, amazing stuff. Also that
And
beautiful
guys,
bottle.
I tell you what, this bottle is really super cool, guys. It what is it called, Vika? It changes the molecular structure back to normal of your water
Oh
after
yeah.
24, right?
It
Restructure it.
recharges, yeah, it recharges, makes the conductivity of the water amazing. Also, it's
Yeah.
very good because the oxidation with the water helps create that electrical charges that eliminates the germs, right? So, yeah, you can also find that also on Coffee Vikka Draziv. Absolutely, guys. So, yeah, let's jump in with today's show, man. We were on a journey. We want to go on a journey, right? Last week, we showed some amazing stuff, but before I wanna continue, I want to say one thing, right? I know, I understand that some people might have doubt of what I've been sharing about those extra lands, including the 24-hour sun doing strange things, and whatever I shared with the possible more luminaries at different places, right? We all went there and everything, right? I understand some people might having problem with that, but what happened last week shows how genuine is that. I'll give two examples. One example was that I didn't say anything, we didn't spoke to psychedelic nothing in that 2 weeks, right? And he was sharing this amazing document about the Etherbound, Operation Etherbound. And in that whole document, apart from saying many different things about the extra lands, it was speaking about a crescent continent, right? And later in that show, I showed those guys holding that banner with the continents like a crescent shape, right? That was not a coincidence, right? Second thing, what happened when last week, Geocentric was there, and I was showing some clips about the bases, and he pinpointed, sorry, he pinpointed about that church, which he had seen 15 years ago about some freaking priest out there with a lot of money speaking about going to Antarctica. And he saw the same church in the clips there, right? That's not a casualty. That was just two things, which shows the authenticity of what the fucking we're trying to show here. If people want to believe or not, it's their problem. But there are from two people from nowhere in this live podcast pointing things out, and it happened to be that, right? I'm just putting out that. So let's get the party started, guys. Let's get the party started. I'm gonna play something here before for warm up, and we go from there. See Shout out to DJ New Moon for this awesome freaking track. Yeah, you guys should watch it. Like amazing stuff, amazing stuff. Like literally, like they were having a party or something in Antarctica. Yeah, that someone said in the chat that the video is rolling. Yeah, absolutely. So let's continue. I'm gonna play some of the things what we played last time. So if you guys have missed a bit of something, you can catch it here. So out of these videos was one of the parts where it zooms in and you can see that church where Geo was showing, right? So 15 years before they were saying that they were going to go to these lands, the ones with the money and the one with influence, and it happens to find the same church in one of their bases, right? Look at the footage there. See the landscape, how it's different, right? To believe it's all ice there. So, Iron, go ahead. What do you think about all this? What's your take? What's happening? What are you into extra lands or you?
Oh,
Go ahead.
you know, Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I'm looking at this and like I'm torn. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm torn about the extra lands. Now, do I believe there are extra lands? Absolutely. And now the reason I'm torn is this: we're given a map, right? And we have a rough idea as to where it is we live, right? But do we truly, truly, truly know? Now, as far as the constitution of this place being flat, like I get it, right? But I look at those maps and there's some inconsistencies that kind of throw me off, like that, but like those bunches of water, that distance that you have between South America and Australia. You understand? So it's like when I see that, I was like, so that whole thing is empty. Now, when you compare that to what they have in the Urbano Monte map, like you see like multitudes of land over there. And then you couple that with the news that we got a few years back of Japan saying that they found 7,000 new islands, right? They just stumbled upon 7,000 new islands. I'm like, yo, what the hell's really going on? So now it makes me wonder, is this map have much validity to it? You know what I'm saying? And not to say that there isn't anything extra outside what we're told, but what do we truly know about this place that we claim to know about? You understand what I'm saying? So like I'm torn. Like I don't even know like like I'm torn because I'm like I'm not even sure about where I live now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the maps. Yeah, the maps. Monte Urbano, bro, is just one of the maps. There are hundreds of other maps, even older than Monte Urbano, which is showing really in details what could be going on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Vlad, that area you were talking about is about half of the globe too.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm looking at that. I'm like, that whole joint is just empty. That shit don't make
Yeah,
no kind of sense, man.
it really don't. And then they
Yeah.
want
So
to tell you that.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't want
Well,
to
I was
steal
going to
your
say
thoughts. Go
that
ahead, man.
they want us to think that a huge dam in China through the world off its slowed the spin of the Earth down because it was so
Yeah.
heavy.
Exactly. Exactly. And they
Pretty
mentioned
good,
it like
right?
a dozen million times. Yeah, they mentioned it like a dozen times as if it's true. So I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I don't even know where the hell I live. Like these dudes are telling us this, and then it's like, what do you take? What do you take with a grain of salt, and then what do you accept as all right? This is credible news. You understand? And it's like, man, yo, the map that they've given us, or the maps that they've given us, are so screwed up that it's like, dang, man. Now we've gotten people out there to Antarctica, but there's probably more stuff about that land that they've landed on, unless it's an absolute glacier or just a piece of ice. That's one thing, but there's got to be more out there than what they're telling us. But they're not going to tell us. So it's like I'm caught between two worlds: a world of where I'm amazed at the stuff that we don't know. Then I'm caught between the world of lies. You know what I'm saying? That it's like who's going to deceive us next, and it's just annoying, and that's where I'm at, so I land my plane with that.
Oh yeah,
And
brother, they're telling us. They're showing us. Go ahead, Gene.
I was going to say it is frustrating, bro. But you know what,
Yeah,
Vlad? Think of it. If you look at the Gleason map, think of all that ice wall. They want us to think it's all ice in between those 2 points, Australia and South Africa. That's a
yes,
lot of land. You know, I don't know if I buy into that ice wall around the whole thing.
right, exactly. They make it seem as if, oh, the whole thing's ice, nothing there, nothing to look at. Plus, I mean,
Right.
south of New Zealand, even if you look at the Antarctica, or not the Antarctica, but the United Nations map, if you look, it shows that laurel reef that surrounds all the continents, right? I'm looking at that break in the middle, and anytime you look at a map, it means something. So my attention goes to that break or that hole in the middle, the very top of that map. Like, are they trying to tell us something just by making that map alone? You understand?
Sure. Yeah, they have cargo ships pinging 900 miles off the coast of Antarctica down there, where all the attention is at, and it's seasonal. So there could be some sort of a seasonal melt where there's different accesses
Yes.
to further land or something, you know.
Right. Where
And
where
you know,
during our winter time, so I think I believe, or at least I'm going to assume that you're talking during our winter time, their summertime, correct?
I don't know the time, bro.
Okay.
I'm not sure of it. I can find out though.
Okay. All right. Because I'm making that assumption strictly because I'm like, okay, it would make sense that something, if the sun is present in and around those areas, then it would probably, make the ice a little softer, make it melt, give these guys access to places that they otherwise may not have access to, stuff like that.
Yeah, it could also not even be the sun. I try. You know what? I try not to think of our conventional way of thinking here. It's hot. It's got to be the sun. Could be
Right.
like some invisible sun that's only
Yeah, a
visible through.
softer light, maybe
Right.
a light, or maybe
Yeah.
totally another luminary that looks like a sun. Could be Venus or Mercury itself.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. I never considered that. I never considered that.
Yeah. There's stuff we just don't know, man.
It's luminaries, right? It's orbs, guys. So orbs, that is the reason. If we remember in the Monte Urbano map, it shows about how the eclipses could be happening, right? Uh, and it shows about the Mercury and Venus too being involved. So there might be points in
Right.
places where, apart from the sun, you could see these luminaries, or could be that extra sun or extra luminary that, as we shared the last week. This is the thing. Uh, it's coming out, right? If people who are following this podcast from at least from 3 4 weeks, the images you guys seen here, you're not gonna see it anywhere. This is the reason, right? uh, the thing is, it's coming out. You wanna believe it or not is another thing. All right, we might have ideas and we are connecting dots. We have been shown the maps. We have seen ancient other maps also from the Japan, the old ones showing continents, right? Now the documents is also coming out, right? Images and videos are also coming out, right? It's maybe that is the way it was supposed to come out. The ones who are not so much indoctrinated will see it, right? I also had a heated debate today on TikTok with the people who are against the extra lands, and they want to go more to the North Pole. But for me, North Pole is also kind of extra land, because the more forward you go, in the end, you are always going south,
That's a good point.
right?
I didn't consider that.
That's true. You can only go halfway before you go in the other way.
Exactly. And
That's
these some
that's
of this
that's
image could be from Hyperborea. Some of
right,
these
right.
images, because it's part of all these extra lands.
Hmm. Now,
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
think that would be that would be something to look at. I've considered that. I mentioned that. I brought that up a few times on my show. Even was to head north, right? And I looked at not expeditions, but rather trips and stuff like that to go to the north, quote unquote, the North Pole. Because are they going to truly bring us beyond those mountains into Hyperborea? I don't think so. But my thing is to look and see if there's a possibility for us to fund some group of folks to head to the North Pole. And it's like through Greenland. You would go through. I think you would go from Finland to Greenland or something along those lines, and then you would head to the North Pole. And there was I forget, but I think there's like a helicopter involved. It's a little bit funky. Now, I'm looking at that trip and the way it's situated, I'm scratching my head and I'm a little bit sketch about it, strictly because it's like you never know, man. These people could bring you anywhere that's just super cold. and just plain white, and then they'll tell you you're in the North Pole. Meanwhile, you're at the tip of Greenland. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, the same way they do with Deception Island in the south.
Say again.
The same way they do with the Deception Island in the south near the Georgia Island. They just take them around the tip there and call them they've been to Antarctica.
Exactly.
Same way they can do it in the north, as you
Exactly.
say.
Hey, Vlad, did you ever Google the North Pole? Like Google Maps, the
Gene,
North
what'd you
Pole?
say?
Have you ever Google Maps the North Pole?
Yes. Yes, I have.
What'd you get?
Yes,
Did you get
I
water?
tried to go to the North Pole. No, I got nothing but water. And then
Yeah.
it wouldn't let me go over the North Pole. Like it runs because the way Google Map works is it would only give me the what's that? The what's the cartographer's name? The what's his name view? The cartographer, the old German cartographer, the Mercator view, excuse me.
Map.
It would only
Oh,
give
yeah.
me the Mercator view of the North Pole. It wouldn't let me hover over where the quote unquote North Pole would be. And I apologize for missing my words.
That's
But yeah,
cool,
it
bro.
wouldn't even give it to me. So there's a lot of disguising going on that I think
Yeah.
needs to be addressed. And it's we have a lot of puzzle pieces at our disposal, and we have a lot of people working on a bunch of different facets of those puzzle pieces. Um, I think going after the North or going after what's in the North or what could be in the North is a good thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. Um, I don't. Why not we like split the difference? Have people try to figure out what's in the South. Have people try to figure out what's in the North. Why not?
Exactly. The ones who resonate going towards the go towards the north, right? Or explore there or research there, right? But not it's not that one is
Yeah.
right or one is wrong, right?
Mhm. Well, I
So I'm
don't
gonna
know.
play this.
I don't know. I mean, but yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Uh, but my thing is that Hyperborea, according to the map, is like quote unquote, I guess you could say accessible. Well, not accessible, but you know what I mean, right? The North Pole is accessible. Um, my thing and my reasoning behind attacking the North Pole is that so many eyes. The thing I love about the flat Earth community is that you have so many eyes, right? So many eyes and so many different ways of thinking that somebody's going to see something, which is important. And so that's why I think if we did a trip up there and we headed to the North Pole, all basically you need to do is get footage of the place or get footage of where you are. Of course, the GPS coordinates, time of day, temperature readings, elevation, all those things that are necessary, right? And then you just log it. You just log and you just diarize what it is you're doing. Let you do your part of the work, but then let the people watching, let the people watching try and figure out what it is we're looking at. And so taking pictures, having video documentation, better explaining what the environment looks like in like detail and the specifics is crucial, and it's so important, right? That when we come back with the footage, it's important that everybody else is like, okay, you said you were where? Like, I'm familiar with this place. You know what I'm saying? Different people, different perspectives. It's so important. And we might get something different from each person. So, that's my thought on it.
Yeah. So awesome, bro. This is what we're gonna be seeing more images. If you guys see something interesting that you want to, if you see something and want to speak about it, point me out. I'll stop it. Right, anytime.
Yep.
Like last time. These are all bases being built and people trying to climatize, and we'll play this. There are Russian bases, German bases, Chilean bases, Argentinian bases, unknown bases. Exactly, no much snow. This is the reason there is combination of snow and land. That's why it's called Tierra del Fuego. Some parts because it's red soil. There is soil with volcanic color, like black soil, right? There are then there is, oh, for sure, there are animals too. For sure, you're gonna see some. If you saw before, also there was different animals too.
Oh wow. So this is Terra del Fuego, part of Argentina, correct? Or wait, I think Terra del Fuego is
Different,
part of
yeah.
Chile, south of South America, correct?
The,
That big
everyone,
giant archipelago
all
of
of the
islands,
guys, all of the guys go
right?
on in every part, right? What I mean is the Russians, the Germans, the Chileans, the Australians, right? They all have
Right.
their bases, but apart from there are many other bases. So they all can explore. The Russian can go to the
Ah,
Chilean part, the Chilean can go to the German part, right? In a way, because they
okay.
all are the main controllers, right? They are
Right.
even they are even supposed to go and check on people on other bases if they're fucking
Huh.
still alive.
Oh wow. Huh. Wow. Okay. Okay. Now that's funny because I'm looking at that series of islands. Like right within those islands is the Straits of Magellan, and I'm just looking at those islands, and I just wonder like what goes on there. If people actually live there. Of course, now I'm seeing that there are bases there. It makes sense. Like how what goes down there? Does it get flooded? What's the deal? Like what's the deal with that? So is that what we're looking at right there, Vika?
Oh yeah, the bases that I've shown in the last 3, 4 podcasts and thing is all from all these extra unknown lands. Whatever is out of the continents and the map we know about is from all there. And any direction, whichever direction you go is south, right? So
Wow.
it's all come under extra lands. Everything, including the Hyperborea or whatever is that northern part. If you want to believe that it's just a central part, no, it's also part of that land, right? Because it connects. If you see the moon map and the vibe of Cosmos guys, they show that map with all the extra
Yes.
continents, right? So everything
Hmm.
there, because there you see ice, there you see land, there you see islands, there you see patches. I also shared even
Right.
from Union Glacier that there was a patch without ice. I shared it
What?
also in 2 podcasts
No
before,
ice.
right? Yeah, without ice in Union Glacier.
Huh. Okay.
So all these thing
I wonder.
combinations of lands and ice and everything, it's like it's because the electromagnetic fields are playing in a way that it's not that only we have the sun
Right.
and we have the heat. This is the reason they want us to believe in the ice and everything. Antarctica and Northeast ice, 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 and you're gonna die and whatever, right? You're gonna freeze, or
Right.
this is the reason they want us to be scared of all the other sides. They don't want to show that there are, as I said, there are more than 250 bases, right? Some bases are just for the show.
Right.
Things are behind, below, right? They're using these bases to go more ahead. That is the
Hmm.
reason some of these are abandoned, right?
Right. Oh, they're using them as a staging ground. You mean? So they
Oh
can
yeah,
uh, move further. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I think that's a great idea, actually. Yeah, I think that's a phenomenal idea. Yeah.
You know, I can picture if this guy keeps going, he's gonna run into a city.
but
All of
you
a sudden,
see,
he's gonna.
exactly, you see mountains there without ice. You see some ice there, looks like a wall, but then you see all mountains without ice. And here itself,
Look at that.
if it's freaking cold, it's have to be totally ice everywhere.
Wow. Jeez. Huh.
Oh yeah, there is somebody saying I 100% believe we have extra land. We are seeing the images.
Look at that
We
fish.
are seeing the images. If you have
That's the
missed things,
Russian
watch the
Navy right
last two,
there.
three podcasts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
Russian submarine. That's the
yeah,
Russian Navy right there.
exactly. You see, exactly.
That boat looks like it just hit the water. It's so pristine. It's
It looks
brand
so
new.
clean. It's so clean.
Right? Exactly. No moss, no nothing.
Yeah, that looks like a Russian frigate right there.
Maybe because it's too cold for anything to live on it, but it's not even stained or anything.
Yeah. Wow. But then again, I wonder. I'm looking at that one video with that one clip with the boat. I was damn near like, is that AI? That thing looks pristine.
Which one?
The surface ship,
The boat, right? With
456 group. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, the gray, the big haze gray.
it was. It was perfect condition,
Yeah.
but it was just a quick clip. I would like to look at that again.
What do you want to see
So look
again?
at that
The ship?
ice.
That
Ship?
big ship
Yeah,
with the numbers on it.
yeah, yeah, 456 or something like
Yeah.
that. I forgot what the pen number was. So there's a submarine. Okay, that's Russian.
How do you know? Shape?
That flag,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
flag,
It's a Russian
that
submarine.
flag that
Yeah,
they fly.
he's correct.
Yeah, that flag that
That he.
that flag that
Yeah.
they fly is signifies the Russian Navy. So anytime they fly, they sail their ships, they raise that banner, they raise those colors.
Okay. I didn't see that. All right, cool.
What's up, Aloha? How you doing?
Hey, aloha, everybody. Good. How are you?
Hey, aloha, what's happening, man? All right, what's happening, Keith?
Aloha, aloha.
Doing well.
Keith, how's the book
All
coming
right.
along, bro? Looking forward to it,
Man,
man.
it's come along really.
Congratulations.
It's come along really good. It's going to be short and
Oh yeah.
sweet, and it's going to be strong.
Real cool, bro.
All right.
Looking forward
When
to
are
it,
you
bro.
planning to release it? What's the date?
Probably by summer, probably in June.
Nice.
Yep. I'm gonna put it online for free, then hopefully have an option for like Lulu if somebody wanted to get an actual physical copy.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, man. You're gonna have hardback and paperback as well?
That depends on Lulu. I haven't really looked into self-publishing for a long time, so we'll see. We'll see. I don't know right now.
Okay. Yeah, man.
I'd love
Get me a
I'd love to
copy.
do both.
Okay. I'll
Yep.
definitely get a copy. Yeah. So Keith, what do you think about the extra lands, the potential for the extra lands? Like anytime you hear of extra lands, like what goes through your mind? Good or bad?
I tend to believe in them. I don't see how there can't be more than what we've been told because we've been lied to on such a grand scale. It just makes too much sense that there's a lot more out there that we haven't been told about.
Right, and this was just a comparison here, like some part that was with ice and then later, right? What's up, Gio? Come up, bro. Oh yeah.
Hey, brother. Gio, what's happening?
You just see the wall and you just see that peak there, right? Different places just getting. This is the reason they are also saying to the people, "Oh, the Antarctica is turning green. This that because of the G warming,
Yes.
right?"
You know what strikes me as curious is the no-go zones. The no-go zones versus places like
No fly zones.
yeah, versus like in the Himalayas. How many people are still on Mount Everest that will never come back down, right?
That's true.
So it's like, oh, you could go here, but it's not dangerous enough. Or you could go there, but over here is too dangerous. So that's kind of striking to me.
Man,
You guys see
yeah,
the
this whole
combination
little
ice,
region, yeah, ice
with
and
green,
just
green.
right.
Yeah.
It's just strange. And then I've seen like Google Earth images and even ArcGIS images of it looks like blood coming out of the it looks like it's a bunch of red stuff. like deep
Yeah.
red stuff, and it looks like either rust or it's blood. But it's red to where I'm like, nah, that ain't no rust. It looks like blood.
A
I don't
little
know what
redder
it
than
is.
rust, right?
Yes, exactly. It's red, like it looks like it's bleeding, and I'm like, what is that?
Right? Warm.
Certain parts, it's strange. Yeah,
Warm enough to flow like that.
the whole place is just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it makes me wonder when I see that red stuff. I was like, could that be some kind of oil? Could that be some kind of like pure from the earth oil? You understand? Because seeing that we're not really running out of resources as far as oil is concerned, I'm wondering, are they pulling oil, and do we have like oceans upon oceans of oil elsewhere, and we just pull it through and from like somewhere in Antarctica? So I'm looking at that red stuff, and I'm wondering if that's like oil making it to the surface.
Yeah, or some element
Yeah.
we're not told about.
Right.
Someone is saying Shilajit.
What?
Could be.
Shilajit. Oh,
Someone thinks Shilajit. Yeah, Shilajit is a
okay.
mineral from the mountains, the Himalayan mountains.
Imagine.
It's supposed to be like very good for the immune system and an
It's,
aphrodisiac
yeah.
for sure.
Yep. Yep. Man,
Wow, what's that?
this whole place is
Oh
just
yeah, there are
strange.
freaking dude the fossils.
Yeah,
There
look
are
like
so many
tusks.
different fossils, whales, and different stuff that even don't know what it could be. Right? See the animals, the sea lions, the green.
Wow.
So, what time of year is that right there, Vika? Anytime like I see the green, I'm wondering. So, what time of year is that?
Oh yeah, the person was, as I said, the most is from December, but also his footage from different times sent, right? Because it's like
Okay.
someone is documenting it, so it's own material with extra material sent to make that complete document, right? So you have images from different times, right? But the
Oh,
sun ones and what I shared, one of the sun and then the multiple sun and all this stuff, that is morely from December, the 24
okay.
hours daylight and all that stuff,
Okay.
the sun doing weird thing on the horizon and all this stuff was from December.
Right.
Is that a boat right there in the background?
Sure
Exactly.
looks like
These are,
one.
yeah, these are all explorers from before. These are prohibited to touch these boats. There are many boats like
Right.
this, looks like Viking boat,
Yeah.
I thought,
right? It's
Yeah.
all there on different islands and left there, and it's not allowed to touch because it's like a heritage now. So
yeah.
even the
Yeah.
explorers cannot touch it.
So I wonder also like what's in the water around Antarctica as well. Like what's submerged. Because that place is almost pristine. Like it's super
Oh yeah,
controlled
we
as to
will we
whether
will
these
have a
people
whole
live there.
we will have a whole episode on that underwater thing. You guys are gonna flip
Right.
out.
Oh wow.
About 7 years
Hmm.
ago, we found a black and white cat in December outside my house, and we named it Penguin. She lives here now with us.
Nice.
This is a super cool
All right.
cat. Wow, nice aerial.
An absolute
Jeez,
mystery.
look at
Keep
that.
an eye on the terrain. It's crazy. Yeah. You see how it changes.
Yeah.
You see on the
Jeez.
ice on the top a little bit, and then it's all land.
But with the exploration of Antarctica, my question then is, so then what's at 80, 85 degrees south, 80 degrees south? What's there, right?
Dude, it just
We
goes
were
on.
told that there were,
It
well, we
just
were
goes on,
told,
bro.
remember, in
More
the,
than 200 degrees south or more, it just goes on. Or if there is someone want to
oh
call it
yeah,
0 degrees, but it goes on in every
oh,
direction.
okay, Well, I just find it strange that they were talking about a dome structure or a dome at 13,000 feet at 80 degrees south, right? In the 58 Encyclopedia Americana. And then if you check a 58 Funkin' Wagnalls, it's got the same thing. So the information mirrors each other. And then um, the issues after that, you no longer find that information. So I wonder if there is something there or if there is a barrier there. If not
Hey,
completely, encircling the entire Earth, if it's in some places.
Vlad, have you heard the story? I think it was from the 70s or the 80s. They were down 2,500 miles past past the Antarctic shore, the wall, and they were
Negative.
drilling.
No.
Nah, but they were drilling, and something happened. The team had to go for 2 days and go get a part. And when they came back, the machine was like engulfed in the ice.
Yes, that I heard about. Yes, I didn't
So
know about the time of year. Yes, I heard about
well,
that one.
I was wondering if you knew what degree that was at, because I remember it being about 2,500 miles off the coastline. So I don't know
Really?
how much. Yeah, but a long time ago, and we talked about that once or twice, and that's the number sticks ringing in my head right now. And then because what I've always said, well, that's roughly the size of the United States, so that gives us, what is that? 25,000 mile ring of 2,500 miles deep. That's an enormous amount of potential for
Right.
land. Tremendous amount of land.
Jesus, man, this whole place is just strange as hell.
And that's
This whole
even,
place is
who
strange.
knows if it's even, yeah, it is. It's great. It's great to ponder these things about. But who knows if that's even like
Yeah.
part of the circle they were drilling into. And that's,
Right.
that's an
Right.
isolated story. I don't remember hearing too much of anything else similar to it, or, what happened. It's like they were collecting it was like oxygen that they couldn't explain. And by the time they got it back, it evaporated and it just disappeared completely. Left no trace,
Right.
no residue, nothing. And they were baffled by it. But like I said, it was an isolated story from what I know.
Yeah. This whole place is just. This whole place, I think this place, as we probe, it gives up secrets and it gives up puzzle pieces. But like putting a puzzle piece together, you end up with a bunch of pieces that don't make any sense. And so you just put them in a pile. You're like, all right, I'm just going to stow this until you come across something that kind of makes sense based off of what you know. And then we have.
Yeah, and this is the thing, and you're gonna find islands like this too, right? You're gonna find ice, you're gonna find oceans, you're gonna find then islands, different islands, right? Yeah, and in the document it's saying clearly that because they were exploring the Operation Etherbound, they're speaking about infinite, like we don't want to maybe just believe in infinite plane, but extra, because they have reached there. That is the reason they had that operation. And this is here is in and here is interesting part, right? Check the landscape. It looks so normal, and as the plane lands, it's ice.
That's a nice picture right there.
Yeah.
I'm looking for dragon-shaped rocks.
What were you saying, Glad? Go ahead and keep an eye on that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so I'm looking at that, and this is still Terra del Fuego, or are we on the
You see,
Antarctic ring?
Oh, look at that.
this is the map I was speaking about.
Yes, I've seen that one. What map
This
is
is a
that called?
German map. Yeah, it's a German map.
That reminds me of the moon map people have been talking about recently.
Yeah, but this
That's
is by a German. So, yeah,
Yes, this one I've
from
seen.
one.
I've seen a bunch of times on Divergence channel.
Yeah, also of Cosmos.
Okay. Yeah, wow, I've got to take a good look at that map. That thing is crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
Oh yeah, because there are places showing like it's ice and everything, but it continues. It continues, right?
Right.
That is the reason. Even if you're thinking that North Pole, right, we can see here in the middle or the right in the middle, a little right from the middle, that's supposed to be North Pole. But anyone going from the south going there, and it continues, automatically is going south too, right? So it's part
Right.
of these unknown lands, all this part, including the north, right?
Wow. Something is strange. Hmm.
Free to travel.
So then my question is this then, right? If you could spot any fissures in the ice in those regions outside of our living container, right? Or not even outside, but right before you start getting outside of where it is we live, like our oceans and stuff, do we see any fissures, and where are they? Like fissures, any cracks in the ice or any
Oh yeah, they're
openings
not
in the
gonna say
ice
to
leading
you, but
elsewhere?
exactly, they're not gonna
No, I'm
say to
saying
you, but
based off. I'm saying based
yeah.
off of this map.
Oh yeah,
Based
you
off
can
of
see
this
right
map,
here,
where do you?
one right there in front of Africa. You can see one there
Ah,
on the left
yes,
corner.
yes. And so then my question is this, right? So if we see those things and we see them on this map, do we have tools like marinetraffic.com, right? It's like it's like flight radar but for ships, right? In that, if there's traffic going to and around these places, right, between the tip of South Africa and down there, that might be a telltale sign that maybe there's a little bit of action down there that we might not be privy to, right? And then any other places outside of a place like this that kind of resembles, a little crack in that part of the ice or that part of the land. If there's another, country or continent nearby, if there's any traffic between that continent and those fissures. You understand
That
what I'm
could be the
saying?
reason. Yeah, that could be the reason for the control because they don't want the ones from here to even lurk around there, out of the control zone. You won't be able to go than a few hundred miles from the southern tip of South Africa without being
Right.
got caught in the radar.
Yeah, really.
Mm,
You're not.
That's why I said
mm.
the prison is not very big. 8 hour flight and you're out of this prison in any direction.
Yeah.
Now think of how many of those fishes could be on your way to Australia.
Yeah.
And
Australia, New Zealand. Yeah, there's stuff. There's stuff
I
down there.
kind of think there has to be, man.
Hey Vika, is there a way that you could get us this map, like a link to this map or something?
I think somebody shared the link in the chat. Robin, I think, shared.
Okay. All right. Let's see if it's in
Thanks,
there. Let's see
Robin.
what the deal is. Thank you, Robin.
You see, it's marked even the name of some territory. You have to like look at it with a magnifying glass, same way we did with Monte Urbano.
Right. Wow. Jeez, man. All right, Robin Lee McIntosh.
Gorgeous.
Link to the Soviet flat Earth moon map. Flat Earth moon map. Okay, that's it.
Oh, it is.
That is it.
Thought it
Okay,
looked
I
familiar.
copied it. Thank you. Thank you, Robin.
It looks like it's 200 feet.
Jeez.
So
Yeah.
cool.
So I wonder, if there I wonder if there is an ice dome, right? Say there is an ice dome. I'm wondering if that ice dome it coming in direct contact with the Earth, right? Maybe it freezes the immediate area. That's why there's so much ice. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. The surrounding, let's
The
say
ice
10
dome
miles
is.
and 10 miles past it, maybe, right? Or something like that. You mean like a
Yeah,
barrier?
Say again? I'm
oh,
sorry, say again?
You
Yeah,
saying like a barrier
right,
before
right.
and after it, maybe?
Well, what I'm saying is once it comes in contact with the earth, once it comes in contact with the ground,
Mm,
it freezes it upon contact.
wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like a nitrogen, like a liquid
Okay.
nitrogen or something.
Yeah, cool.
It freezes it upon contact, and then it's so cold that the stuff that it comes in contact with, everything around it, basically freezes as well.
Yeah, right.
And then that's why we have the effect of the ice ring, right? Because it's basically in direct contact with the firmament. I know it's me
Ah,
speculating. But
it's interesting.
I don't know.
yeah, yeah, exactly, right. But it could be like also right to get to greener patches, you have to like pass some hard trails, right? This is what it also signifies in a bit, right? To get to the
Right,
paradise, sometimes you have to go through hard terrain, right? So it's
right, huh?
thi- this looks like a torpedo or a weapon. It's all
Right.
freaking
Looks like
rusted
an
and
arrowhead or something.
yeah.
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
Throw
like a
some
harpoon.
CLR on that thing. Yeah. Leave that in some CLR. See what it looks like. Huh. Oh,
So
okay.
what is? Oh, wow, that's a lot bigger than I thought.
Yeah. Oh, could it be a spearhead?
Yeah, from like a machine on a boat, like a harpoon
Yeah, it was like a
Right,
weapon to yeah, like a harpoon more.
for like whaling or something, or
right.
giants.
Typically harpoons have barbs on them. So that looks like
Right.
it's more like a weapon and not like a big giant fish hook.
Yeah, it's not for fishing. Sure, it's for something else. Yeah, for other ships or
It was
a
defense
weapon.
against
Yeah,
like dragons,
yeah, more like a weapon for defense.
pirates, and dragons. But that looks like something you need a big mechanism to fire it. Like some sort of crank system, trebuchet sort of thing, like crossbow maybe. Big one though.
The boats, all abandoned boats.
Wow. I wonder how those people got back. Their boat is still there.
Oh yeah, maybe they're dead. Maybe they were trying to get away, and maybe they're dead, or they just left the boat and they found something else, and or some people. Anything is possible because there are many boats of every size, and even iron ships,
Wow.
like all. This is the one
Oh,
I
yeah.
shared in the last
Cool.
2 3 podcasts before about the 24-hour. You see the stone here that are in shape of balls of discs.
Really?
Yeah, in places. You see the disc. The other one looks like a disc. There are many.
Right. Big railroad tie. Nail.
Yeah, it's gonna come now. You're gonna see. And there's just one image, but there are many like that. Many with very strange shapes too.
Yeah, like I wonder, are those just little ships, big ships bring, and when they get wrecked, they just leave them? Is that just like litter, or is that some sort of
Oh
tragedy?
yeah, the people who had tried to explore before, because some part of the Antarctic is frozen.
Looks like a stone cannonball.
Yep.
I'm gonna pause it. Looks like some kind of oil or something coming out. You're gonna see. One moment. I'm gonna try to pause.
Uh-huh. Look at that.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I
Yeah.
would definitely take that home.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, man, why? I wonder if
Yeah.
anybody tried to grab that thing, man.
Hey, come on, it'll
Yeah.
roll.
See,
You see, you see what's
Vikka, what
coming
is
out
that you're
from the.
showing us?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's coming out of the ground. It's some kind of mineral or oil or we don't know.
Wow.
that's what I'm talking. But yeah, the red stuff I was looking at, I was like, could that be oil? But I guess you got black stuff coming out that could
Exactly.
that be oil? I don't know. Wow. Huh.
Vika, you might have said it already, but sorry for asking again. But do you know, like, how old these pictures are roughly?
Hmm.
Different
Good
time,
question.
different
No, I know,
journeys,
but
different expeditions.
yeah,
Yeah, but it's not very old. It's not very old. All
okay,
right. Some are from last year, right? Some can be a couple of year more because it's all
okay.
compilation of different footages.
Yeah, they don't look
Mm,
too old.
hmm.
Exactly. No, no, they're not that old. These are not from the 60s or the 70s.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
You can see it's high quality 4K footage. It's not. I don't have
Nice.
the best top quality, but the original ones are in highest quality.
Definitely got my wheels turning, bro. What
Yeah.
happened? Look at how long that. It looks like it's been there for a pretty long time. Some of them,
Yeah.
you can tell the ages look staggered, and some are newer,
Yep.
some are pretty old. That chain looks like it's been there a while, and it's
Yep.
pretty beef
For
too.
the
You know.
yeah, for the chain to survive that long with around salt water, that's pretty remarkable.
Uh, well, the wood too, though. I'm thinking the wood more than the chain.
Uh,
Nice
Jeez.
rope.
And the
Look at that
mooring.
rope. It's
Look
like
at
2 inch
that. The
diameter.
mooring line. Yeah, even the mooring line is still around. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
It's how it's still well preserved.
Great.
Oh yeah, some things are really well preserved, but some iron stuff maybe not so well, right?
You
Right.
know, even though it's rusted on the surface, you could probably polish that up again.
Yes. And it's still good because you see
Yep.
the constitution of it, it's so beefy that it's like
Yeah.
it's still good usable anchor chain. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. And depending on the age, the older the better.
Yeah,
If you can
yes.
get
It's like,
if
man,
you can get iron from before World War II, wow, you got some nice
mm,
stuff.
yeah,
You see that it's
yeah.
literally
Yeah, they
flowing.
don't make it like that.
Did you see that it was literally flowing? Like also not from only from the hole, but check it out. The oil, whatever is it,
Wow.
check it out, eh?
And there's two of them
So
because
if
that one's
that's
less. That one is less buried than the other.
Yeah,
That's deeper
yeah, and
than
there
the
are
other
many,
one.
many other like that, and also in the shape of disc. You see, keep an eye. You saw that? Holy shit!
yes,
Here we go.
yes, I saw it. It looks like it looks like a little crack in the ice, and that thing is spilling out.
Yeah, it's
It's slow
flowing. Yeah.
though. Yeah. Play it from here, and I guess we'll catch it.
See, you're gonna see two streams. One is on the left and one is on the right, and it's joining to that hole.
Yeah.
See now, okay? On the first on the left,
It's coming.
one here,
There it is.
and
Stop,
second
stop,
and
stop.
third
I saw
there,
it.
and it's
I saw
flowing
it.
like a river.
Wow. Yes. Wow. It's so distinct too. Wow. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, the sun wasn't going backward, it was just following on the horizon. This is the one I played 3 podcasts earlier when I was showing the
Right.
real 24-hour daylight footages. I showed few time lapses of sun doing strange things. It just goes and it just disappears there. It doesn't set. It just disappears.
Huh.
I showed some amazing time lapses. If you guys missed it,
Look at that place.
It's just strange as hell. So this airplane was also
Whoops.
covered up in. Oh, that's a Russian airplane, huh?
oh yeah. Also, there are Germans. This is a German base.
Yeah.
Been there a while.
Jeez.
Wow.
Man.
That looks like it's from the 1920s or something, that right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, some
Yeah.
of the one looks like they were like, yeah. Some of the even cars that are buried under the ice, you'll see that it's from these, as the one you're saying, Gene, from
Yeah.
20s or 30s
From the 20s.
or
Wow.
30s or 40s.
If I had to guess, I'd say the 20s.
Yeah, the 20s with the
That
tanks, but
the
then the
tanks,
airplanes.
Sorry?
the
But
airplane
the
looks
20s with
more
the
earlier.
tanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. The 20s with the tanks, I'd get that, but I'm like, but then the airplane. I'm wondering about that. Got my head scratching. And is that a prop-driven plane or is it a jet airplane? It looks like it might have been a jet.
Could have been.
This is another abandoned base of Argentina, the red one.
That's so strange with that land. You put a house on, or you're based on a little island in the middle of all that. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
You see here sitting 79 Chilean base,
Yep.
abandoned.
Yep. Somebody died there too. I saw a cross with somebody's name engraved in it, huh?
Yeah. You see the landscape.
Starve.
Yeah. Jeez.
Look at that, all melted around there. I wonder if the
Yep.
heat from the house
Yep.
did that.
So I wonder if all melted around there, if there's heat in the house, is it like a geothermal heat?
See that? My house don't do that.
Yeah.
The waters are also not that cold.
Whoa, wait, what?
Water is also not that cold. In some parts, these kind of islands, they have 16 degrees Celsius.
Oh, really?
Water. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Huh.
Yeah, a lake across, a river across the street. It don't freeze up too much. It's got to
Wow.
be like, 0 for 10 days. We don't get that a lot.
Mm. Look at this.
Yeah, it flips by really fast, but keep an eye, right, at the landscapes.
That's so crazy. Maybe they're using radium heaters in there.
They even have electricity there, bro. In some parts. So this red base we're gonna see after a full video with going inside and everything. It's abandoned, and the Russians are going to check on them if there's somebody alive on that Argentinian base.
Right. Wow.
Now keep an eye on the. It goes really fast, but amazing landscapes. You see the colors, the
Yes.
animals.
Wow.
Wow.
And it looks like there are coves where the water is in some places too. Little coves and stuff.
Oh yeah, and you see here the penguins are taking out their feathers because of
Yeah.
different
They're just
Too
environment.
warm.
Yeah. You see the bones. Holy shit.
Are those not mastodons? What do they call those big hairy
That
elephant
is
looking tuts?
is no,
Walrus?
I think it's some are whales, but there are different. They speak about different
Wait.
animals.
So those whales. So have you ever looked in those old maps where they show these weird sea creatures with tusks? It looks like they have tusks coming out of their mouths.
Walrus?
No,
Walrus. Yeah.
it's not a sea creature. It's coming out the bottom part of their jaw, not the top part of their jaw. But it looks like a
Exactly.
set of tusks coming out of the bottom part of their jaw. They look like they have fins on their back, and they're just strange. It's not like anything that I've ever seen in real life, or I've ever seen in a zoo or anything like that. Nothing like that. But you typically see them drawn on like bestiaries that they might have from way back in the day, or bestiaries or like old maps. You probably spot them in the Monty map as well. Like these old
Yeah,
creatures
but
with little tusks.
Leviathan is saying Sherry Mac. Leviathan.
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 Say what?
How's that?
Leviathan. Oh, okay.
Leviathan. And Sarah G was saying
Yeah,
a
the
narwhal too. That's what it
narwhal. Well,
reminded me of also.
narwhals typically hang out up north, and they have one spire coming out of their nose
Okay.
or coming out their face. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, but narwhals are like distinct. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, those are
Like
straight
these
also,
things.
right? These ones are crooked.
Yeah,
Twisted.
and these things, they're curved, and it looks like those creatures also have ears. And a lot of times you'll see them like they just look so different. You know what? I might get on tonight just so I could show off the bestiary. I have like a book of beasts,
Nice.
and they have it in there. But yeah, I'm on the road right now.
Oh yeah. These are things that it's been sent to show, but there are many things it's not sent because they cannot, right? Speaking about beasts
Mm,
underwater, speaking about vehicles, right? Some we
mm,
will share, but yeah.
mm, mm.
So I wonder what the tallest plants are down there.
Look at that! Look at that!
Look at the size of the ship.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, that's huge.
Look,
That
Yeah,
sunken one is
and
huge.
right, yep.
now you're gonna have an area so you can see. You see there are also some wooden boats there. It's
It's
difficult to
probably
see,
like
but there are.
it's probably like 200 feet
You see
long,
the
I bet
wooden
you.
boats there. You see the wooden boats there.
Yeah. Wait, over here? Yes, on top of that little rock. I see it. I saw it.
Yeah, You see the size of the ship?
Yes. The rest of it is submerged.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, next to a
Jeez.
50-foot yacht.
Yep.
And that 50-foot yacht look small right next to it.
Mhm.
Wow.
German helicopters,
Look
submarines,
at the
nuclear,
brain.
non-nuclear, non-nuclear. 734. Oh wow.
You see that this is the base we were seeing, have our aerial view of the red base, Argentinian base. So these guys are going on to check in. These guys are going on there to check in if everyone is there, anybody there or alive. Right?
Wow. And this looks like a recent video too.
Oh yeah. These are not from the 50s and 60s.
Wow.
You see they're going in, checking in. It's in an Argentinian. They're just going
Jeez.
on checking if somebody's alive or not. Because it's just like, there are people who are getting
Yeah.
paid to be here from the government and there in some parts. You should even find cigarettes on that
Wow.
base.
I wonder how far it is from a bigger base. Like, what do they eat? What are they doing?
You see,
Right.
yeah,
Too?
you're gonna see now. You're gonna see now. Even there are food left.
Yeah, look at the kitchen.
Yeah, yeah, you're gonna
Oh
see.
shit!
They had food or no?
They had a stove.
Yeah, that's a heater stove.
Right.
Yeah.
You see, there are bulbs up there.
Right.
So they must have
Yeah. If
like a
you're gonna put me in
propane
a
tank.
They
right,
also
if you're
had
gonna put me in a
some way
place like that,
electricity.
right, if you're gonna put me in a place like that, like fishing is an absolute must because I'm not gonna sit there and rely on guys to bring me food. Because if that ship stops coming, you got to have a means in which to gather food and in which to collect food, and it doesn't look like they have much vegetation growing there.
What are you
You
gonna
see, there
use
are
for
food.
bait?
Yeah, Gene, the food there. It's all left there. You see?
Oh wow,
Wow.
yeah.
He just quit.
They got food.
He's like, that's it. I'm going home.
You see the toilet paper up there also. You see
Yeah.
oil and different soups.
Wow. They got a little crackers for their soup. Toilet
Damn.
bowl looks pretty clean.
This is showing, is pointing out to the light that it was electricity there too.
Right.
You see
Sink
oil,
is rather clean. I hope that's oil.
oil. Maybe it's petrol, maybe
Shit.
it's gasoline.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So you saw that you had the drone footage from before, and then you had these people going in and checking in there.
Right.
Maybe he just went out for a walk.
No, no, you cannot. Normally, it's not the protocol to enter in anybody's bases. But if you see that there is no communication from a very long time, you have to go and check it.
Right.
In the end, they
Look
all
at
are
that.
friends, right?
He's got
In
a
the end, they
nice
all are
table.
friends.
He can invite the neighbors.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So
have some
that's kind of like
play
on
some games.
that's kind of like on Vika's point. Vika, you were saying something there for a second.
What?
You were saying something there.
Oh yeah,
A couple of
as I
seconds.
mentioned. Yeah, that they
Right.
have a protocol. Like normally, the protocol is that you cannot just enter in other people's bases. But if you see that there is no life from a long time, then you have to go and check on them. And
Yep.
it's like they have friends. They work together outside these
Right.
treaties. They
Right.
work together. It's not
Right.
they work together. This is all base 21 New Schwabeland.
Mm. Wow.
So, this is a harsh environment, like we're looking at the house. That guy needs provisions delivered or means
Yeah.
to go fishing. Hunting seems to be kind of out of the question. What are you going to
Yeah.
hunt down there? I don't really know. But, so
Oh
I'm
yeah, this could
wondering,
be
like,
just this could be the provisional basis where they could have gone more beyond, right? And maybe there are
right,
places, there are bases which I showed that there is no ice at all. The ones I showed the
Uh,
last week was no ice at
mm-hmm.
all. The other Russian base, right, where the
Yeah.
church was seen, there was no ice at all. It was land and
Yeah. This place is not friendly. It's not people friendly. It is not people friendly.
oh yeah, but also could be a show like only on the top, like these ruins, and they have more things under it. So, uh,
Right.
I wonder where the tunnels are.
Mm. Good question. Hmm.
Right. They could just be leapfrogging things and just going further
Yes.
and further and
Further
further
and further. Yes.
and
Yes.
pipelining things they can
Yep.
pipeline and
Yep. Leave the food, and then the thing is they'll leave the food behind just in case they have to go back to regular civilization. That they
right.
have provisions sitting there waiting
exactly.
on them.
Or somebody comes that they might have something till they can contact
Yes.
the people, right?
Yes.
A guy
Yeah.
goes and delivers it from the other way.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. It's a relay point. I could see them setting
Yeah,
relays, little relay points. Absolutely.
exactly.
And the more
Like
possibilities of these German bases being abandoned is that they have must have gone much further, right? Maybe these were
Mm.
used till the 50s or 60s
Right.
really.
because it's lot showing of combustion and gas and gasoline being used and so maybe it's from the 50s that they.
Wow, that's a
Jeez. This
lot of
kind of reminds
material
me.
there.
Yeah.
That's a
This
lot of
kind of reminds me
material
of.
in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
I don't know if you ever seen John Carpenter's The Thing when they're just stranded out there and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. Just desolate, empty, going in, looking.
Right. And find a body in a block of ice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for all
Yeah,
you
look at
youngins
that.
that
Look,
don't know The Thing.
I think is that a jet on that wing?
Yeah, that's a jet. That's a jet.
Yeah.
That's old. Look at that. They just left it there. They're like, ah, whatever, man.
Right. They leave the boats behind. They leave the planes, the tanks, the
Yep,
buildings.
yep,
I wonder what kind of carbon
yeah.
footprint that is.
The boat, definitely. Yeah, right.
No, these are somebody that leftovers from Operation High Jump could be right, and
Mm,
but this one looks more German bases than you have the German bases, the Russian bases for sure. The U.S. have their own when during or they were trying to overtake some of these bases during the Operation High Jump. That's why
right,
Admiral Byrd came very scared back, right?
right.
And there's that video you have also, Vikka, of the bulldozer widening the road over there. That
Oh,
who knows where that road led to.
Oh
man,
yeah,
imagine how much they got built. Imagine how much they got built within like a decade. Imagine how much they accomplished within a decade. Just being there. Working day and night, back and forth. How much they got done.
Sure. Even like the past 10 years, imagine. Jeez.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we all know the guy with the small mustache, the German guy, how much he liked
Yep.
Antarctica
Yep.
and the whole thing with the UFOs and everything. For sure, there's a lot of infrastructure, and these are abandoned ones, and things might be below them. These are just might be also for upper, right? They in some parts of the Russian bases is freaking new technology bases, like all high tech, the new ones.
Yeah, and
Yep.
back in 2016, there was a lot of commotion going on down there when Buzz Aldrin had to get medevac out. John Kerry was down there.
John Kerry was there. Hillary Clinton. The Kirill of Russia was down there. The Pope
and the
went
Pope.
down there with.
So the same
Yep.
guy, yeah, same guy we are speaking about that was had the church behind him in the photo from 15 years ago, and the same church we see in one of those bases from the Russia, which I
Yep.
showed in the last podcast with the red tents and everything, with no ice at all. And the church is there right in the middle. The same priest.
Wow.
Crazy. Is that a fence? Why I got a
Yeah,
fence up?
yeah, there was a fence too.
To keep what out? That fence not keeping
Yeah,
much out.
Maybe the bears or who knows.
I don't know. I could bear to swipe that fence right down. We'll go right over
Yeah,
it.
right.
Oh, but maybe they got, I don't know, some sort of livestock, chickens or something. I don't know.
I don't know what kind of chickens you're gonna be raising in that environment.
Well, chickens do really well in the cold weather, actually.
Like that kind of cold though.
Well,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not sure how cold it is, though.
they are taking chickens and rabbits and farming where
Oh,
there is not a lot of ice. Yeah,
Could be.
they are
They're not
taking.
going to put a fence up for no reason, just to
okay.
keep the
I
neighbors
was gonna
out.
say but with that ice though, I was like, man, ain't nobody.
Well, it's not all ice, though, right? So, I mean,
Right.
maybe it's like, we got a lot of snow in
Yeah.
there. This is almost like what New York looks like right now. There's snow on the ground.
Oh
But
God.
but
Yeah.
the rain took some of it out today.
Yeah. 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 It snowed pretty good yesterday, last night.
You see those puddles there of water, right? It's crazy how you're having those.
Maybe it's salt water.
Oh yeah, it looks like a fence, but it could be a pipeline, eh? Maybe it looks like a pipeline more than.
Mm.
What's that glitch thing across the screen, Vikka? What is that?
Yeah, it's from the, how do you say,
It's just
the
embedded in
footage
there,
is
huh?
where it's, yeah, that is not supposed to be. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that is the
Oh,
reason,
I
because
got
it's all
you.
copyrighted. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
supposed to
right.
be all. Some of the stuff is copyrighted. You see here, here is a car. You see that? How? From where do you think
Oh
it
my
is?
God.
You see?
Oh, look
Oh
at that.
wow.
That could be 40s.
Eh? From the 40s?
Yeah.
That could
Oh, I
be.
wish we could see the grill. Yeah, I wish we could
Yeah,
see the grill.
exactly. You can see the grill, it
It's
might
very
tell you.
difficult to go back. Let me try again. Yeah.
But the top of the shape looks like 40s to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Almost looks like a Toyota FJ Cruiser right now.
Look at the
You see, it was
sky.
almost inside the ice, and they're digging it out.
Man, this is pretty incredible.
Mhm. looks like there's an escape hatch at the top of it or something.
And they dug it
Just in case
out.
it
It was.
gets, yeah, just in case it gets snowed in. Good reason to have that. Look at that.
I wonder if it starts.
Oh,
So you think it could be from the 40s?
Right there, that picture right there
possibly.
kind
Yeah,
of would remind me of the
yeah,
40s, the way the back windows in the front is
yeah.
shaped.
Yep, yep, yep,
Someone is
yeah. I
the
can see
first
that.
snowmobile, but yeah. But it looks like more like a vehicle, more like a transport vehicle, right?
Yeah, yep. That's designed specifically for that environment.
And I guess the hatch is to stand out with binoculars, maybe, or something.
That escape hatch, sure, get out in case you get snow up to your knees, up to somewhere and you can't get out.
You see that
That's
the
a
grill
serious
now.
utility bill.
Well, I was
Yeah.
thinking maybe like on a submarine, a periscope, and someone to stand out there and
Right.
with binoculars, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Do a 360. Yeah.
So now you're gonna see another base, right? This is called Hammer. The base. It's called base Swartamaren, aka Black Hammer. Check this out.
Hammer base.
You see the amount of infrastructure.
Yeah.
On top of a mountain.
Look at that.
Is that what I
Yep.
just saw?
It's called that's why it's called Black Hammer.
Damn.
I wonder if that was a point of strategy that they had that up there.
Maybe so helicopters could land.
Yeah, you see that? You see there the helicopter on the top.
Can't be too high because the higher you get, the harder it is for helicopters to
The
fly.
harder, yeah, you can't fly no helicopter like above 10,000 feet. So
No, not really.
that's pretty dope. That right there.
So how
So
do they fly
that there you have it, guys. There you have it.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, real nice, Vikka. Wow, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy as hell.
Has me considering, if I could get there, would I be able to endure the cold? Because I hate winters so much.
Yeah, right.
But
Yeah.
this is
I hate
like
winter so
beautiful.
much. The last thing I want to do, right, is go to a place that is winter.
But isn't this kind of like having you questioning it? It does for me.
Yeah,
I'm like,
totally.
wow.
Yeah, but the last bases, guys, we saw was the German bases, right? There are some Russian bases there are no ices at all,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
The one I shared here, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, here, right? You're gonna see that some bases there is no ice at all.
Wow.
So that the other
so
bases we saw was supposed to be the New Swabia land. So maybe New Swabia land in that time, right? Maybe they have just gone more
Vika,
beyond. Yeah, go ahead.
Vika, real quick. I saw what looked like the Aurora Borealis. Was that the Aurora Australis?
Oh yeah.
Was that
You see
what
these
that
bases
was?
too here? Oh yeah, that was the sun and everything. There are sometimes you're seeing the sun at the same time with the Aurora Borealis.
In the south, though.
Yeah.
So that's the Aurora Australis. That's crazy. I've never seen that.
Oh yeah, and keep an eye here on the base too. When you're gonna do a flyover, you're gonna see that there is no ice at all, and you see that the installations.
Look at that.
These all look like real beautiful, calm days, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Look
Because
at the
we're told
water. The
about
water's
the
not
main.
even moving.
Yes. Yes.
You see the church.
Oh, look at that.
You see the ice. You see the installations. You see there is no ice at all.
Yep. Wow.
So there are many other like that. The last ones I shared before was the Oh yeah, it's crazy, bro. Take what you guys think of it. You see the
Wow.
installations.
Yep. These guys are just getting started.
Look at this. Yeah, you know, Cyclone Killer in the chat said, you know, Admiral Byrd said there was lands like as
Shit.
vast as the United States without ice,
Yep.
unexplored. But that's from the narrative, so who knows
A
how
few
accurate
times,
it is.
I think he
It's
said a few
probably,
times also to continue with that, a few times bigger than the United States, right?
yeah, I was gonna say like, how many hundreds of times bigger? If they're willing to,
Yeah.
you know, clue us in on that.
Huh.
Yeah,
Oh
where are these guys going? Where are they coming from?
man. Oh, wow.
So yeah, guys, take what you resonate, leave what you don't. Right. This is the thing. A lot of dots joined here, different maps, different expeditions, different disclosures that was supposed to happen. So this is a kind of a disclosure, guys. So
Yeah.
that's
That's
what I could
fascinating.
say. This is another Russian base. You see, there's no ice. The helicopter will land. Right? It's crazy. Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, look at the moss. Tunnels.
It's absolutely fascinating.
Yo, what's up, Frat Out Reconnaissance? How are you, Sam?
Hey,
What's going on?
Flat Earth Recon, how you doing, bro? All
I'm
right.
okay.
Hey, Sam. Good to see you, Sam.
Oh, good to see you too. I'm
Bellinghausen.
not going to stay too long. I'm just going to stay a few minutes because I'm dead tired. I have to go back to bed. But I
Oh,
wanted to just bring up a point. I've been looking at the pictures. Uh, isn't it funny that it's not the army that's building all these bases?
Exactly.
It should be the
yeah,
army.
yeah. That's a good point.
In
That's a
such
good point.
conditions, it should be the army that does that job. That means they're using
Right.
private corporations to do this.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes. Especially when it comes to those
And
resources, the minerals and everything. Yeah, that's true.
And usually we use private corporations to hide things because even in the army is too big of a, an organization. There's always like, whistleblowers and stuff. But in a private corporation, it's like more, it's tighter. It's like you can keep secrets better. I don't
Right.
know. It's funny
Yes.
that the army should do that job, not privates.
Hmm. The army's there to a point, or the militaries are there to a point, I guess, to provide some kind of security aspect of it all, you know?
Like an
Yes,
oversight.
Yeah.
but in
Oversight to,
in such
but
an
yeah,
hostile
just there to a point.
environment,
Mm.
the army is the best equipped for dealing with this
Yes.
environment, and
Yes.
so it's funny that
Absolutely.
they don't want the army to go there. They just want the
Is
army
Right.
there
to
another
protect the
department? Oh yeah, is there another
yeah.
department? They have the army to protect that the people don't go out, and they have their own
Exactly.
like organization
Security.
that they have people
Yeah.
only with the special permits who can even go there to help to build or whatever, or be part of the
Yep.
exploration. Or a lot of budget is going in all this, a lot, guys, a lot.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's nothing for them. It's like they're printing the money.
Yep. Yep. And with all that extra land, who knows? Who knows? These guys could go ahead, mess around with the land, make it nice and desolate, and then they could put a camera crew down there. Then they could be like, "Hey, welcome to Mars, guys. Here's Mars right here, guys." So they have all that infinite land to play with. They have a little Hollywood production area where they could say we're in Mars, and then just change the
That's for
filter.
sure.
God bless you. Yeah.
Thank
Who
you.
knows?
That's for sure. Yeah.
That one iceberg looks like a lion. Not that one, the other one. I wonder if that's just all ice too, though. Any land
I
underneath
doubt
those
that's all
things?
ice. Yeah, I doubt that thing is all ice. I would love to see it break and then melt or something.
Tip over, maybe. It could be ice.
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
know. Just don't
You can
know.
see that this earth is earth below. You can see that in some
That right,
places, and
yeah.
that's ice. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also something that's funny is that those people have been there like for decades now, like maybe like 60 years, maybe like more. It should be like cities already. It should be like much bigger, complex of buildings and stuff because I don't know. It looks to me that
There are.
they're looking for
Oh yeah.
something. They don't want to develop the land. They're looking for something. They're looking for some shit. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Matthew.
Yeah, because if they wanted to develop the land, they would have put dwellings there. They would have been like, hey man, we got some extra land out here in Antarctica. Houses for sale if you want to live here. And people would be like, hell yeah, the people would eat it up. But they're not doing that.
But, but
Yeah,
even though
Matthew.
propane is good to like 150 below, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I'm
Matthew
sure
is
there would
saying
be
we'll
some.
be able to freely explore. Right, for sure there will be time. That is the reason things are coming out. Right, as I mentioned in the last
Mm,
podcast too, there are people who have passport for Antarctica. It's a special permit as an to
huh.
explore. Right, there are limits, but yeah, the quiet hours are also very important. Right, many strange things
Mm,
happening, a lot of technological stuff too happening. So these are just maybe the remnants of the earlier ones. So for sure
hmm
they might have already the cities and some bases which are high tech advanced, but they're not going to give us or show us everything, right?
hmm
Oh yeah, maybe the wooden ships are not that old too. Some of them, the ones which look like Viking, maybe those ones are old, but some maybe not that old too. Maybe it was some people from Argentina, Chile, or South Africa, or New Zealand or Australia who tried to go and escape.
Or maybe Costa Rica with those spheres.
Oh yeah. So the people must not that there's nobody who tried to escape this. For sure, there have to be people who wanted to escape this shit, right? For sure. And there might be people who are also successful. The
Look at
thing is,
that
if they're
stuff.
showing us this, so what might they have already, right? Because some of the other bases which are occupied, right? The one with the church, there are many other like that, which are occupied with people living.
That tank is cool. It's strange to have a tank down there. It doesn't look too hostile.
Yeah, the Germans, yeah, for sure they thought that somebody's gonna blow them up. Who knows, right? Or maybe for their self defense. This is supposed to be another German abandoned base.
Could be just for testing.
Oh yeah, this is nothing, guys. You're gonna see in the next episode about what is there underwater. How many tanks and ships and whatever is there. You're gonna see it
Really?
next week.
Vikka.
So you see, you had that drone shot of that base, and then you had the people going inside and checking it out.
That cross looks like it had been there a while.
Oh yeah, looks. There are so many other bases which are famous too, like in a way they between themselves, right? Like Progress Base, and there's so many other names. And
Look at the water. It's beautiful.
Are there antennas there? Do you see any antennas, like communication
Oh yeah,
devices?
some had antennas too, for sure. Some have electricity. Submarine ships, planes, above, under
That's
the
crazy.
water.
Yeah, but everything is civilian, nothing military.
Oh, these
Everything
don't look like
civilian.
civilian. That ship doesn't look like civilian. The one which is
Which one?
you're gonna see it again. You're gonna see it again now.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
The sunken one?
Yeah, the sunken one doesn't look like a civilian ship. The sunken one,
This,
Like, what has to
this
happen
one.
to a ship that big to leave it in that condition?
Yeah,
And how
you
long
see
does
how big
that
is
take?
that one?
can be
Doesn't look
anything.
like a
Yeah, that's
civilian
that.
ship, but maybe could be, but doesn't look like.
uh, Yeah, I mean, look at the ship. The ship to the left of it. That's probably like 50 feet long. That ship.
Yeah,
So
it can be like a commercial cargo or some shit. No, no,
right.
no, cannot say for sure because.
Yeah, that's tough to say.
Yeah, but the
But
thing is, it was really big. It was really huge. These are all different treaties, but like between themselves, they're signing who controls some areas and right, who are the bosses, more or less.
So I'm wondering, since those other ships were parked next to that shipwreck, maybe it's become like a haven for undersea wildlife, and maybe they're diving over there to go check it out.
Oh yeah, artifacts also under.
Yeah, right. Salvage anything for
Oh
the
yeah.
gold.
Aloha.
Aloha, guys. I'm closer to a satellite now, so I can hang with you.
What are you in a balloon?
Just heading down to the beach for a little while. Maybe they should take their shirts off and take a picture out there.
Keith, you ever seen the snow?
Oh yeah, I've been snow skiing lots of times.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that. I went skiing once.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do.
One of my favorite things not to do.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. Same with
No,
Yeah.
man.
same with surfing. Some people don't want to get in the water with the sharks, but that's just part of it.
Yeah. Nah, man, I fell. I hit the ground so hard, bro. Oh man, that was the end of it for me.
That damn gravity.
Oh yeah,
But
and
it just
these things are like when you find when you're in a mountain trail or something and you're hiking and you find a cabin in the woods, like for the people to chill out, something
yes, yes,
similar,
exactly.
sure.
but for
Hunter's
the extra
cabin.
lands. Yeah.
So that's a good point because we don't see nothing on the walls either. That means that they don't make that place cozy for themselves. It's not like for living there. Just like to go through there,
A
maybe for
stopover. Yeah.
No pictures on the wall.
no pictures on the wall, nothing, no Christmas tree, no shit, no nothing. It's just like you know, It's only business. Just business.
Yeah, it's got to be a fortune to pay for any kind of transport to get anything over there. Not that they care, but just saying it's like just provisional.
Yeah, but that's gonna be pennies for the cargo taken to the ISS.
Yeah, right. 10 was it? It used to be $10,000 a pound, and I think they dropped it down to $2,500 or $3,000 a pound to get something into space now, allegedly.
Space.
So yeah, guys, it's I think it's a lot happening there. We're gonna be sharing more things for sure, so people can make up their own mind what could be happening there. Yeah, when the Germans left, this is what they left. This was their new land. This could be could have been a small city, right? In that time when there were people.
Yeah, right. Who knows where the buildings that are gone are? The wrecked buildings. They showed one with that. I think that bent roof like that. I think they call that a swayback. When you old buildings, the roof starts to cave in like that.
This whole TFE thing has opened
Yeah, it's
Didn't I
backfired on
hear
them.
one time?
Yeah,
I
it's
heard
funny.
one time someone said at one point that there was no snow in Antarctica. It's not snowing a lot,
Not
but
supposed to snow at all, really.
oh yeah,
well,
that
you can
it's
see the
turning green.
but you can see the buildings there. They're like almost buried under the snow. Did you see?
Well, I was wondering if it could have been like drifts from wind picking up all the
Maybe
snow.
okay. It's possible also. Yes.
If there's a windstorm, it could kick up enough snow. Unless, but isn't it? I mean, I don't know, man. Because once snow melts and sort of freezes, it doesn't. It's not really snow anymore. So I don't know how wind would pick up some of that snow. I don't know.
It look the land looks volcanic, like it was volcano. It was burned or something. It's like it's lava or something.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know.
Those
It's
warm spots are weird. Maybe it's just rocks heating up. Maybe it's closer to the infernal core we have. No, if the rocks catch enough sunlight, they will warm up and melt some snow, though.
Yeah, some of this stuff was released in 2024, right? So
Yeah, like look at that. That's a lot of snow if it's not supposed to snow, right? I just don't- I'm just curious how wind could pick up all that snow and drop it there.
dude, it has to be when it's not maybe periods that there's not so much sun, has to be like wind and moving, and like bad weather also moves snow, right?
Sure, but only fresh snow, really. If snow starts to melt, it's not really snow anymore. You know what I mean? But I don't know if it melted or not, so it could be just fresh powder snow kicking around all over the place. That's what that would have to be, more or less.
This one looks huge.
Really.
And there are no native there, like tribes of people like Eskimos or nothing, huh?
These ones, what we are seeing is supposed to be the new Schwabia land. So this might be active maybe in the 50s, 60s, maybe, right?
Right.
So these are just the leftover part of Schwabia land of the German guy with the
Yeah,
short
what are they
hair, right?
storing?
With the short
What are they?
mustache. What
What are they storing in those containers? Though I'm wondering.
could be
That's
combustibles,
fuel.
right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fuel.
Fuel,
It
I
looks like
guess.
fuel.
fuel.
Takes a lot
This
to
is for
that's
fuel.
some big tanks to be hauling diesel up there. They must be doing a lot of work to have that much diesel on hand.
Yeah, maybe now that maybe they already developed something that they don't need this all this old technology, right? That is the reason they might have abandoned these places, their own new Schwabia land, and gone much more ahead. There are things about technology too, right? About saving the energy and how, right, much higher tech, right, than just electricity like that, right? In the normal batteries.
Yeah, really. They're using those NASA space batteries that last 20 years past their life expectancy.
And do we know where is that? Like, is it like off the coasts of Chile? Like the same fucking place all the time?
This is supposed to be German part, abandoned part. All right. Exactly the latitudes I cannot tell you, right? I don't know the exact because as I was saying, everything in any direction you go in the end, you are going towards the south, right? So
Exactly.
could
That's
be
what I'm saying. That's
could
what
be
I'm
in
saying.
any part. Yeah, could be in the from the South African part, could be from the German part, or the New Zealand or Australian part. No idea, right? Oh yeah, because some places someone is mentioning about wells nearby. Could be too because I shared something that looks like something black fluid was flowing from the ice. So they might.
They probably don't pick the locations randomly.
Exactly, they have to have some things, right, for
Yeah.
them to access that place itself first, and maybe there are some resources.
Yeah, the big facility is different from the little buildings in between.
There's nothing human in these pictures. There's nothing human. It's just like cold fucking death. It's like nothing. It's like
Oh,
concentration camps.
yeah, right.
There's nothing attractive for humans to live there. It's just like a gulag.
Yeah, no, this looks pretty harsh, man.
It's
They don't,
nothing. Everything is. There's no taste. There's nothing. They always can arrange things. Well, just like work and die. That's all. Just like I don't know.
Oh yeah, this could be the pit stop for the next destination, right? So we don't know.
I was thinking this is the beginning.
But there's no signs of tunnels or anything right underground because normally
There
they
was,
should be building underground. The coal and everything.
Could
yeah, there
be,
They
was
could
should
be
be.
one
that these
buried
bases are
door.
just for the show. That and below there are bunkers which are still people there, right? Who knows, right?
Normally in that weather that they have to go deep in the ground, to build underground. It's not that
Exactly,
hard.
and you see this one too, Black Hammer base.
Look at that. That's crazy. They airdropped everything in, all of it. Well, I guess most of it, everything down there is really. But on
Yeah,
top
maybe
of
this
that,
is also more selected because it's the more higher part of that area. Maybe at a view for defense. You see, it's a radar and all this stuff.
What is that sphere on top of the building?
Yeah, it's an antenna or a radar.
Right? It's huge. They could probably hear us right now from that thing.
This one is, yep. So, yeah,
Wow.
that's it, people. That's it.
Hey man, I'm gonna go. I have to go to sleep, and I've been working on
Cool,
a
Sam.
net, and
All right.
it was great. Just for the few minutes I was here, it was interesting. It's always like this with you. This is great.
Oh, yeah,
Speak to
we're
you
going to
soon.
be having. Yeah, if you missed it, watch it again if you want.
Yeah, I will. I will.
And for sure, we will have more connecting things next week. Also, connecting to these things, right?
Okay,
So we're
buddy.
gonna continue with our journey. Yeah, thanks, Sam, for
Bye,
passing
bye,
by.
bye, Vikka. Bye, bye,
Good to see you,
Virgin.
Sam.
Good to see you too. Bye, bye.
Good night, man.
Alrighty. So
Hey, I know
yeah,
we're all kind of over the TFE thing, but I did put out a little challenge, or maybe not a challenge, a request on TikTok. In some of the lives, I said I went and spent at least 2 or 3 hours looking for the sun behind Mount Rossman from videos and pictures from trips down there, from all the marathons over multiple years. I could not find one thing where the sun is behind Mount Rossman from any pictures or videos from those marathons. There is one image that says creator so and so, which is clearly photoshopped in with the sun with a like a sundog or a halo around the sun behind the mountain. But other than that one, which is just a photoshopped image, I couldn't find anything.
yeah, we have left TFE behind, right? So it's
Yeah.
nothing more to see there. It's a lot more fake than freaking moon landing,
Yep,
right?
exactly.
So it's nothing more to see there. Maybe if in the future things come out, maybe we're gonna check it. But
Yeah, the trolls are
so
barely even mentioning it anymore. I think last week, all week long, I heard maybe 2 people bring it up.
oh yeah, because they can feel it. It's so fake that they cannot defend it. So why the hell they're gonna speak about it, right? Oh yeah, these freaking trolls have made out of all this, right? And we all can see how Jaren is behaving still, right? So this is all for them. That all the shit they try to show us with TFE, more reality coming out, more, right? No
Yeah.
360 sun there going around their head. It's not happening there. We showed the time lapses. You see the gene, the radar was very similar to the one another. The ball, the spear.
Yep.
You see, these ones don't have ice at all.
Hardly even snow.
You see, these dishes don't look that old. You see, these
Yeah,
antennas.
especially the one on the left, that tall rectangle one.
Yeah. So yeah, so thanks for doing that fakery. These people with TFE that we got onto this, right? It's like connecting the dots, and through the rabbit hole you reach to one, and this is the thing. Maybe it was the time for this to come out. Maybe this is the way it should come out.
And you know,
Maybe for some people, it will never come out because they are not here, right? Go ahead, Gene.
I wanted to point out the stark difference between these videos and the videos from TFE.
Dude,
Tremendous
this is the
difference.
thing for sure. If people have missed it, what we showed in the last 2, 3 podcasts, all these images, videos, clips,
Yeah,
the sun, the 24-hour sun, the sun doing strange things, all, you're not going to find it, guys. So this is the thing. You're not going to find it anywhere.
that boat looks too clean.
Oh, yeah, because maybe it's in a pristine environment, right?
Right? Yeah, maybe it's just too cold for anything to live on it. You know, like moss, algae, lichen, any crustaceans on there.
What is coming, as I said. Next podcast, we're going to be going under the water. We will see what all is there under the water. What kind of stuff is there? Artifacts, barriers. Right?
Wow.
So
That's
take it
cool.
or leave it, guys. Because what you're gonna watch on other places is the same shit as always. Same shit, but different,
Hey, birds.
right? The same old repeating the same shit again and again. These people they have never researched and investigated in their life. That's why the fuckery happened with the TFE. They were so unprofessional. They don't know shit. They don't know even how to investigate. If they were real investigators, they wouldn't have got into that shit of TFE. It's not just easy to bring things to the table, right? Especially with all the things going on with the whole extra lands and Antarctica and all the G warming is going to go on, right? Even if the Globers see this thing, they're not going to believe it because it doesn't go with their agenda of the ball, right? This is a problem. It's a problem for Globers and flat earthers, right? They don't want to see what is beyond because round or flat, they don't care a shit if the people are here spending their whole life round flat, round flat. They don't care. They let them do it. What they don't want is that the people question what is beyond. Nor Globers, nor flat earthers. As I said, this is the reason TFE was done, right? They're not going to spend money on clowns like this just for no reason. It's for these clowns, Globers, and flat earthers who went there. It was for the whole community of flat earthers and Globers to just keep between themselves fighting about who flat or round. Be in the Gleason, be in the prison. That's what is your world is, right? This is what they want to believe. The ancients have been telling us, the ancient maps, and many other explorers, not only Admiral Byrd, there are many other explorers, there are many other different civilizations who wanted to explore. There are people who are missing, right? Who went there, it never came, right? Where did they go? So So you guys will remember, where did you see this, all this stuff from the past 3, 4 podcasts, all those time lapses, all those different images and clips, and multiple suns and luminaries and doing crazy things with crazy shadows. Or where did you all saw that? Nowhere else, only here. Because everybody else is busy fighting flat and globe and flat and globe, right? And same shit again and again. This is that, the same mathematical stuff that even they themselves understand. And there are people on even on TikTok who are there just to make people not speak about the extra lands and attack, especially for this. Yo, Vlad, what's up?
Oh, not bad, family. My bad about that. Bad. Had to drop off real quick. Got a crazy call, so had to talk with family. But yeah, I was getting the tail end of what it is you said. Yeah, these debates, those things, man. Yeah, we've had enough debates, man. We basically the globe is coming to a close. It's
There
curtains
is
for
no
the globe.
debate.
Yeah, the debate there is none. There's none. If you're with the globe, either you don't know or you're lying to yourself. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like to think they don't know, but yeah.
A little
I've been
bit of both.
a couple years. I've had lots of these Globers begging me to debate them. I was like, that's funny that you think there's a debate. All there is me explaining simply our observable objective reality, and you saying, "Nuh-uh, yeah, but nuh-uh, nuh-uh." That's all there. That's all a debate is. A Glober and a flat earther.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. And it's not even a debate because it's just hard to explain. Like, man, look, I'm just giving you the facts. You're just telling me some stories. But people on the outside that are trying to figure out the truth, I think my thing is at the end of the day, I think they know. They know that they're lying. But they're trying to hold on to this lie for everybody else. Why, I have no idea. But they know they're lying.
I don't know, man. I got some friends who are pretty stuck on the globe, bro.
Mm. They
Yep,
didn't did they look at the research? Did they look at the evidence that you presented to them?
I
No,
doubt it.
they don't. They can't
Yeah.
consider it. If it contradicts their blue ball religion, they can't even consider it. Some of them, not all of
Yeah.
them, but
Yeah,
I,
it's wild. I have a physics professor that gets on my channel, and we bring these, and I welcome him. He's a Glober through and through. 70 some odd years old man. We treat him with respect. We don't get on his case. Every once in a while, he'll say something about the curvature, and I'm like, I'm like, Professor. I'm like, Professor Bell, like, come on, man. You know it ain't true. Like, you hear it every week. Like, what are you doing? You know it's a lie. What are you doing? And he doesn't want to come up on the panel to discuss anything because I think he's going to show his cards and demonstrate that he's given in to the flat earth. I'm sure he kind of wants to do that, but at the same time, he's got to feed his family or he's got to feed himself. Maybe his family's, out of the house and stuff like that. But he's got to continue employment somehow, and you can't do that as a
Yeah,
flat earth professor, physics teacher.
yeah, you just can't walk away from that every day. That's a part of the problem. I think some
Yeah.
people realize it, but they got to protect the diploma.
Yep. Yep. Jeez. Yeah. So the debates they're senseless. Like people are still having the debates, FTFE and all them. They're out there debating. I'm like, what are you doing? Like you guys are wasting your time. It's the end. It's the end. So all gravy.
Nah, but you know
You
what?
say
The
that?
flat Earth brings a whole bunch of other worlds to reality too, though. So that's what's fun about being
Mm.
here. We explore a lot of that possibilities.
Yes.
Some of the evidences,
Yes.
the curiosities. Last week's show was awesome, you guys. Wow,
Oh,
it was really
I
great.
gotta
Nah,
check
I
it
missed a good one, man.
out. Damn. Yeah, I gotta check it out.
Oh yeah, the last 4 5 podcasts, guys.
Yeah,
If you want to understand what we were showing here with the extra lands and all this stuff, watch the last
Mm.
3 4 podcasts, guys. This is
Huh.
stuff is just beyond. Like we already, as you guys are saying, like our flat earth realm is so amazing and mysterious, and trying to decode this realm, and and now it's more, right? So damn, it's like strangest. How do you say? Reality is stranger than fiction, right?
That's right.
Oh yeah.
That's right. Like that's the crazy thing, man, is that the reality is so much stranger than the fiction that you can compare what we're figuring out these days with anything. You could compare it with anything they've written in a book that's fiction, that's make believe. But
Yeah.
then you could take it a step further and say, well, nobody can imagine this. You understand? Nobody could imagine that a lot of these stuff that we're coming across, we're digging up and we're finding. And then there's the repurposing of things that we thought the original purpose for one thing was totally turns out that that's not the purpose, or that may not have been the purpose for these objects. They may have been used for A, B, and C. Like the possibilities are endless.
Oh yeah, brother. Well said. If you look, you're gonna find. This is what
Yeah.
it's all about. If you're gonna look, you're gonna find. And if you're ready to accept the truth,
Hey, let me ask you guys your opinion on my book title, because I had pretty well set the title to be the top 10 facts proving flat Earth, but I'm thinking about changing it to the top 10 truths proving flat Earth. What is y'all's feedback?
I like
Mm.
that.
I like truths,
I like
bro.
that. Yes. I like the
Truth.
Factual
truths. Yeah.
truths.
Yeah. The truths. So like when you say truths, it just puts it in cement. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking lately.
Yep.
Yeah. It
Start with
Yep.
resonates really nice, bro.
cool. All right, that's cool. That confirms what I've been feeling.
Cool, man.
Yep.
Number 10, countdown to truth number 1. Truth number 10 is there is no curvature.
That's
Oh
it.
yeah.
That's it.
Truth number 9 is there is no motion. Truth
Yeah.
is
Yep.
there is no outer space.
Nice.
I'm actually
Woo! You
in on truth number 1 with the Antikythera mechanism and the archaeoastronomy. So it's going to be a strong little book.
yeah.
I'm going to keep it about 100 pages, short and sweet, so people will read the whole thing. But it should be good for the flat Earth community.
Okay.
Oh
oh
yo,
yeah,
that's
Congratulations,
gonna be
bro.
amazing.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that should be in every single astronomy classroom, every single physics classroom.
Yeah, I mean, the whole time I went to
Uh,
school, I went through all 12 years of the public education. Did real well. I breezed through it. It was easy. Never even did a thing of homework and graduated with real high marks. And never once did I hear about archaeoastronomy. Of course, I never heard about the Antikythera mechanism. I heard about the food pyramid. I heard about all the other bullshit that the government wants to indoctrinate people with. Never once did I hear anything real about geography and astronomy and history.
yep. Wow.
Lots of cool
And
stories.
unless you have a really strong yeah, unless you have a really strong teacher, like that's going to say, all right, that's what they're teaching you in the book, but this is what you really want to look at because this is not what they're teaching you. Every once in a while, you'll have a teacher that's going to drop golden nuggets to make you, investigate, to make you like test your knowledge and stuff, test your brain. But then you don't find them anymore, really. They're like diamonds in the rough, and they're just going to read out what's out the recipe book, and then that's what they're going to give you, and then they're going to hope for you and then pray that you make it in the world.
Can you imagine if all the kids throughout all of the last 120 years had been learning about electricity and magnetism, where this world would be right now?
Yeah, really. And if they
Oh
were
man.
exploring art and real sciences,
Yeah. Yeah.
tap into kids'
Golden
creativity.
ratio and all. Yep.
Yeah, sacred
The golden
geometry,
ratio.
cymatics, all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Fibonacci.
Yeah, right. How to
Yeah.
talk to your food that you're growing for yourself to keep yourself healthy.
Yes.
When to plant, how to plant, when to
Wow.
harvest, how to harvest. A lot of stuff we don't know, guys.
Yep.
Well, a
Yep,
lot of stuff we don't know collectively, because somewhere out there, I
that's what
think
it is. Yes.
all the answers are out inside of us, and someone else has answers to some of those things also.
You
So it's just,
know, I think a lot of our grand folks, a lot of our grandpas, grandparents and stuff, grandma, grandpa, great grandma, great grandpa, like a lot of this stuff that we'd be telling them, they'd probably say, "Of course, yeah, everybody
yeah,
knew
right,
that, right? Well,
yeah,
we know that. We know that." It's like we're rediscovering stuff that they were like, "Yeah, that's gospel to us. We know that. We know there's no landing on the moon. Of course, that's some
right,
stuff you guys came up with. We just didn't argue with you. We know you can't do that." Like
yeah,
they'd go around and they would tell us this if they were alive, I'm sure. But
sure,
I think science had a way of making them seem irrelevant. Everything that they've lived, their experiences, the things that they've seen, they've found a way to make those things absolutely irrelevant. It's the way of the future, the
right.
hoverboard, electricity, the telephone, you name it, the airplane, space shuttle, space discoveries. So I think now that we're starting to see, oh snap, well, there's value in what it is that they had. There's value in the way they lived, right? We're now starting to scratch. Because, for example, remember back, I don't know, I'm 46 years old, right? So there was a time when I was a kid where buying bottled water or buying clean food, it was cheap. It was the cheapest stuff around. If you wanted to buy clean food, organic food, it wasn't even called organic. It was just food, right? Clean food, organic, it was cheap, right? And anything in a package was pretty much expensive. Fast food was expensive. Now the tables have flipped because people have like gotten their feet underneath them, gotten a little bit of knowledge that hey, that's not the way we're supposed to be eating. We're not supposed to be eating this junk, this fast food and stuff. Excuse me.
Yeah,
So
now it's
it
all
now turns
expensive.
out, yeah, all the food is expensive, but the organic, the clean food is what's really expensive. The clean water is
Yeah.
what's really expensive. It's crazy. And so it's like there's truth. There was truth in what the old folks had and what they experienced and what they saw. But the problem is either they're going senile or they're gone.
Well, we're taught though out with the old, in with the new kind of thing, bro. And I'm the opposite. I'm like out with the old and in with the real old.
Yeah, exactly.
Serious.
Exactly. We need to get to the root of the problems. Yes, we need to get to the roots.
I'm going to play this again. If you guys, anybody missed it, this is really important, right? That is the reason that I say it's the divine timing or the synchronicity, right? I played this last week too. Psychedelic got his TikTok ban because of this video, right? So imagine how
Or
strict these people are regarding these extra lands and all this stuff. It's not a coincidence that this happens to come out in the same time we've been sharing about all these extra lands, right?
Report Operation
really,
Etherbound. Subject Discovery and Initial Renaissance of Uncharted Territories Beyond the Southern Ice Wall. January 3rd, 1979. Excuse me. Department is Arctic Division Special Projects Group. Now, there's a couple of spots that are blurted out, but I'm gonna read it for everyone. The results of Operation Etherbound, a clandestine Renaissance expedition started by Executive Order blank, are presented in this paper. Beyond the southern Antarctic ice wall, during a high-risk exploration mission, personnel reported seeing land masses that had never been seen by any government, organization, or documented history. Blank, to preliminary data, the environment displays behaviors that are inconsistent with the understanding of atmospheric and geological sciences. The recovered mineralogical and biological specimens point to the existence of extraterrestrial evolutionary patterns. These discoveries fall under SCI Level 5 guidelines in terms of their breadth and ramifications. After receiving unusual data from blank satellite systems, Operation Etherbound was approved renaissance of uncharted polar regions and the retrieval of geospatial data to support infrared readings indicating land beyond defined limits were among the first goals. Similar to earlier documented abnormalities, Electromagnetic interference limited to the latitudes below 67 degrees south impeded mission progress. When the operatives arrived at the navigable waters outside the ice wall, they discovered a sizable continent in the shape of a crescent, which they named Sector Valtherion. Topography. Early aerial photos show expansive plains dotted with crystalline formations and large mountain ranges, known as Auraline Peaks. Contrary to assumptions based on latitude, coastal zones haven a mix of tundra and subtropical climates. Operatives noted a higher oxygen.
You guys hearing that? Subtropical climates. All right.
Yep.
Plains, tundras.
Huh.
This is supposed to be a declassified document, Operation Etherbound.
Density in the atmosphere. Even throughout the day, visual phenomena were seen, such as persistent auroras, biological anomalies. There are no known analogs of the fauna on Earth. A creature that looked like blank and had bioluminescent and adaptable qualities were recovered by Team Bravo. Energy fields. Elevated levels of energy, also known as auroric flux, were shown to interfere with electronic devices.
Is that all of it? That's
Yeah,
wild.
I'll send you that. This kind of goes back to what we were just talking about. When you go to Antarctica, apparently there's crystalline structures that has biological phenomena,
Pyramids.
mineralogical elements, lands that doesn't look anything like the known worlds. You know, it's an alien place. It even said extraterrestrial in there. You know what I'm saying? So when you go to Antarctica, and they call it, ironic enough, they call it Operation Etherbound.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna
wow.
get this parallel universe. You're walking into a parallel dimension, you know. So it's like, and this is CIA documents. This top secret from the CIA.
Honestly, I kind of tried to get, to me, there's two things. My goals in life are to be able to get to go to the North Pole or to the alleged South Pole, because we know there isn't a South Pole. But my main goal would be to go to the North Pole and figure out. I want to follow a magnet. All right, I want to follow a magnet and see where it leads me. First of all, compasses make zero sense on a globe. I just want to point that out to anyone who's in here.
and that ties into what I just read. So on that document, it basically said the same thing. There's interference with electronic devices, so that's going to be an electronic compass. So when you go down to Antarctica, as you heard, as we've all found out, the compass goes haywire. You know, it starts once you go down to Antarctica, and apparently, according to the document, there is auroras in the Antarctic region, basically the same as if you were to go to the North Pole. That would confirm that the toroidal field is basically emanating all the way up, and it's going to the Antarctic ice wall, coming back, kind of like a toroidal field. You know, that aurora is doing that Fibonacci pattern. You know, all around. You know. We can't go far enough to be able to confirm it. You know, like I said, they're the ones who have this information.
Oh yeah, crazy stuff, guys. Divine timing. Sarah G says neutrino activity. Exactly. I shared some images too and clips of these people extracting something from the ice. They were not fishing. These are some of the time lapse that I shared. Sun just disappears for a few hours. It's going in a straight line. It's not going anywhere around for 360. See the colors. This is the thing they're extracting. some things. Another time lapse. You see what the sun is doing. Have you ever see the sun doing something like that? And you see it's not gonna set. It's just gonna do something there in the left corner and disappear. But you still have the daylight. You see, this is what you wanted to see, right? Vlad, check this out. One of the midnight sun creating the aurora borealis or aurora australis.
Oh, wow. Holy moly. Look at that. Wait, so what's making the darkness on the left? Wait, what's on the left? Because it looks like there's some blockage. What is that?
Yeah, it's from the base, brother. Base and mountains. It's a base there.
Dang.
You see, you're gonna see the below the base. It's different part
Right.
from different part of the bases.
Wow.
Consequences for the shape of Earth.
This is the thing. The documents were really interesting, right, and really important. And this part also is really important to understand what's happening, right? This is like going in more in detail about the same etherbound and try to understand how is the possible that realm works. These are like, they're not making shit up, guys.
According to Newtonian physics, Earth appears spherical from within the observable sphere. However, the existence of hidden layers is made possible by the energy where it produces a multidimensional curvature that defines regular measurements, and the Earth is larger and more complicated than is visible due to the evidence of hidden dimensional layers. The ice wall serves as an energetic membrane in addition to a physical barrier, and designates the point at which the hidden dimensions are obscured by energy. This suggests that the metaphysical layers exist in quote-unquote folded manner, finding conventional detection in toroidal, stationary, and flat positioning, which indicates Earth's plane is infinite.
Vikka, could you
Part 2.
My question is the Earth spherical? From what observation? From where is the sphere happening?
Yeah, it's speaking about the celestial also, right? Or the energy of the earth in a way. The toroidal field from the center could create like a spherical energy field, right?
Okay.
Operation Etherbound. This is going to conclude the remaining 3 documents that I was not able to publish from the first time that I read the first document out loud. For context, if you want to see that video, just scroll down my profile, and it's titled Operation Etherbound, and I'm reading it with my boy King Wizard.
Like the electromagnetic fields could be going around like a sphere and creating those barriers, right?
Like magnetic lines of flux,
Yeah,
maybe.
and creating those layers of habitats, which for in our physics doesn't work, right?
Okay, so here we go. We're going to continue. Please don't forget to like, comment in the comment section down below to move the algorithm around, and share this with all of our fellow geocentrists. Much love, guys. Okay, United States Central Intelligence Agency, classified document, Department of Special Projects, Section 9, Beyond the Ice Wall Expedition Failure. The report subject, the analysis of multinational expeditions and their failures. Between blank 4 nations initiated independent expeditions to a newly discovered continent beyond the ice wall. These missions aimed to establish contact with local entities, exploit abundant resources, and secure strategic footholds on the islands bordering the mainland. Each attempt ended in catastrophic failure. Analysis indicates the region's extreme hostility caused by the environmental anomalies, indigenous resistance, and metaphysical top-of-atmosphere disruptions rendered colonization and sustained contact impossible. Down below, you'll see that it lists the 4 nations and the expedition name that they titled them, the year that these expeditions took place, which was redacted, along with the targeted location. It shows what their objective was, the desired intention for resource or artifacts, their purpose, and the survivor's death rate. Apparently, this was a failure in all 4 cases. Now, I've never heard of these expeditions or these operations, but as you can see, some of it has been redacted along with the targeted location, like I said. So hopefully some of you guys can look further into these expeditions and maybe find more information, and I would love to hear what you guys come up with. The United States Operation Titan Blank. The objective was to establish forward base and secure artifacts, which was crystals, and the purpose was for energy weapon research. The United Kingdom Expedition, HMS Dauntless Mission. The objective was to secure trade routes and extract raw minerals. The resource was sky ice ore. The purpose was for advanced levitation weaponry. France had the expedition called Mission Lemuria. The objective was to establish trade posts and retrieve cultural relics. The desired resource was golden coral totem, or maybe totem. The purpose was to enhance biological research. Germany expedition Stormy Ogal. The objective was to help the mainland collect meteorite fragments. The resource they wanted were meteor strands for the purpose of high energy propulsion development. Office of Metaphysical Phenomena and Advanced Technologies, top secret confidential document classified under the National Security Act with unauthorized disclosure resulting in criminal prosecution. This is property of the Central Intelligence Agency, the Arctic Division, and subject to examination under the National Security Act. Subject title, Artifact Designation, Ethereal Resonator, Function and Hypothesis. The ethereal resonator was supposedly an artifact retrieved in recent times from beyond the ice wall. This object harnesses and shifts TOA energy, meaning top of atmosphere energy, a phenomena previously unknown to traditional physics. Theorized is that the artifact is an energy amplifier capable of shifting the states of matter and energy. Construction would indicate it as a mix of sophisticated engineering with mystical craftsmanship. The outer casing of the ethereal resonator is crystalline and translucent, having a very smooth texture and is decidedly cold to the touch. Although it resembles a form of Ethereum quartz for most intents and purposes, this is entirely different from Ethereum quartz. The inner mechanism utilizes the principle of magnetic levitation. This is how rotational cores could be floating effortlessly inside a substance called volcanic adamantite, commonly known as a near indestructible metal like a diamond or a silver alloy with otherworldly properties.
Oh, when did they wait, Vikka, did you pause it?
Yeah, pause it. Go ahead.
Holy smokes. They call it adamantite. Almost sounds like adamantium. So it almost sounds as if Marvel Comics stole this idea or a series of these ideas from this document, it sounds like. That's one. Two, they're talking about some crystal. Yeah, it sounds just like adamantium because in Marvel Comics, adamantium is supposed to be like an alloy that's like super strong, like stronger than vibranium, I guess. Right? Wow. So this is crazy.
There was a cartoon, Adamant, right?
Adam Ant. Yes. Adam Ant. Wait,
From the 60s.
He was in Marvel. Yeah, he was in Marvel too, right?
I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. One of them did it. I could have been Hanna-Barbera for all I know. I don't, but it was, yeah, this little superhero. It was an ant, from what I remember. Adam
Ant.
Ant. Interesting, huh?
Wow, this is weird.
Yeah, a
This
little
is
bit.
weird. And
Funny.
they're talking about those circular the circular motion to did they say that it causes a movement? Because as soon as I hear that, I'm thinking of the TR-3B and how they claim that it gets its propulsion from like Mercury moving in super fast circles and at its core and some weird stuff that I just totally don't understand. And I'm just repeating what I've read, you know?
Oh yeah. It's like some kind of free energy technologies, right? Using crystals, using different kind of stuff, neutrinos, what they're trying to extract. Like they might have already gone beyond our understanding of technology, right?
Yes.
If this all is related also with the whole laser plasma technology too, right?
Ah,
With
yes.
that sun and all this stuff, right? With mirrors, so they might be artificially creating these patches too, right? Possibly, could be, or
Right.
could be natural too. We continue.
Yep.
Height. The overall height for this object is 35 centimeters. Width. While it tapers down nicely to a fine pointed tip, its width at the base comes to 15 centimeters. Weight. The total weight of the substructure is approximately 5 kilograms. There are bizarre and intricate engravings lining up in precision on the surface of the object that strongly resembles something that was known by the name of resonance lines. Symbols that bear close associations with scripts from the notation mirror spires. Theoretical propositions of functionality, amplification of energy. Analysis would indicate that it might interact with the ambient top of atmosphere fields present in its surroundings, amplifying their power, and this could potentially even create a very localized power source or even a weapon. Dimensional access. Testing so far gives indication of possible manipulation of dimensional layers, which would permit temporary access to hidden realms beyond our ordinary perception.
Oh, sorry. Yo, oh snap. Yo, do you think that they're talking about this top of atmosphere stuff? Because the higher you climb, apparently, the higher you climb in the atmosphere, the bigger the voltage. So do you think possibly this is where they're gathering their power, their energy from? At the
Oh yeah,
top
and
of
even
the
opening the
atmosphere?
portals. Even it's almost opening the
Yes.
portal with technology to places which are not accessible.
Oh, yes. Oh, snap. Holy moly. Wow. Wow. Huh. This is stranger and
The
stranger.
finding is in tune with the concepts and theories explained here before as the multi-layered Earth model. Biological enhancement, initial proximity testing.
This is important too. Multi-layered, right? So barriers which don't allow certain species to go in certain places. Maybe we have some DNA that we could go to some of these extra land, but not all, because we don't have, right? And if they're speaking about technology which could open these doors or access points, right? So yeah, it's freaking more weird than a video game, guys. This is
Jeez.
Showed increased physical energy and focused mental states in the test subjects over time, though this was followed by fatigue. Operation observations, mechanism of activation. It activates when focused top of atmosphere energy is channeled directly into its core. It produces a harmonic tone well within the audible range for humans, much like a low resonant charge produces a very faint aurora when it's active. recognized effects. Minor transmutation of matter occurs in that a steel ride would assume a crystalline configuration as a direct result of the imposed effects by the arc projection and barrier forms through energy field projections. United States Central Intelligence Agency, top secret classified document, Department of Special Reconnaissance, Arctic Division, file Beyond the Ice Wall, Earth Structure Analysis, January 4th, 1979, eyes only for level alpha clearance. At the bottom of this document,
Guys, 1979. So imagine where they are today with all those technologies.
Exactly. Yep.
So all the bases
Yep.
we saw is all just the how do you say, like a junkyard left, right?
Yep.
Of going beyond, right? So
Jeez. Wow.
document, it states approved by Section 9 Director, Special Projects Document Controls, Alpha Clearance. Report subject, the multi-layered Earth model analysis. Recent exploration flights outside the ice wall have revealed new evidence that suggests the Earth's structure differs from the traditional spherical model. In order to integrate observable physical events with philosophical descriptions correlated to the existence of TOA energy,
here it's like trying to explain in the document to the people who maybe think even the Earth is a globe, right? Or the top
Yep.
clearance who had. It was a way of showing and telling them that the Earth is freaking not a globe.
Wow.
of atmosphere energy, a multi-layered Earth model. This dual framework model strikes a balance between the hidden spatial layers outside of the known universe and the laws of classical physics. Layers of the physical and metaphysical. There are two realities that coexist on Earth, the known terrestrial and the celestial, that operate within the parameters of standard physics. This encompasses the air systems, oceans, and the environment that are the subject of contemporary study. Hidden dimensional layers, these layers are unverifiable in normal physical circumstances that exist past the ice wall.
These layers could be the 7 layers of the dome which some cosmology speaks about, right? These layers could be a technology, right? These layers could be overcome by technology.
Which serve as a bridge and a curtain between the two realities. Beyond the ice wall, lands outside the ice wall defy accepted geographical and gravitational understanding according to expeditions. Anomalies in these areas include irregular spatial conditions, changing temporal view, and the occurrence of energy events on their own. It seems that the lands governing the hidden levels involve the manipulation of physical continents by energy, the unifying form of top of atmosphere energy. Beyond the ice wall, energy channels a dimensional barrier that divides the hidden layers from the observable space. When appropriately engaged or disrupted, this energy serves as a bridge, generating specific operations. Consequences for the shape of Earth. According to Newtonian physics, Earth appears spherical from within the observable sphere. However, the existence of hidden layers is made possible by the energy where it produces a multidimensional curvature that defines regular measurements and does not conflict with known planetary research. Theosophical consequences maintaining conventional physics. The mechanics of the observable sphere are aided in optics governing scientific coherence for the fundamental radiance of humanity. The Earth is larger and more complicated than is visible due to the evidence of hidden dimensional layers. the ice wall's function. The ice wall serves as an energetic membrane in addition to a physical barrier and designates the point at which the hidden dimensions are obscured by energy. This membrane prevents conventional investigations since it needs certain conditions to penetrate. Consequences between geophysics and metaphysics.
Exactly. To access, you have to have some kind of abilities apart from technology, right? If you don't have the technology, some kind of magical ability, right? That you just don't disintegrate in trying to cross some of these membranes, right? Yep, I got kicked out there by myself. So yeah, guys, something to ponder. Yeah, these are not made up, right? A lot of info there about what could be happening, right? As I said, there are many different declassified documents, right? When it comes, uh, when we like it and it proves our flat earth, we use it, right? About that propagation of flight on flat earth, right? Different documents, right? The same thing is this, right? It's right there if you want to see it, right? They're literally telling you in the 70s and the 80s that all was happening. So you imagine where they have been or what they are doing right now. So whatever we've been seeing and sharing, right? Maybe they want us to see this right now because they're already beyond in some places, right? So yep, I think it's a good place to leave for people to ponder a bit on that too. What could be happening? This multi-layered thing is freaking amazing, right? It's like it's literally telling you right there that the realm and the possibility of different ponds, and we can't go there or they can't come here, or some places are accessible or some is not, and there are some portals or corners or cape routes that people use and try, and that's what we saw. There were so many different boats by different people who must have tried. Some might have died, like some might have reached somewhere, right? Some might be there in the some of the bases, right? Maybe you reach, it's like some like the movie Beach. You reach on the beach, on that private beach, you are part of that beach because you made it, right? So something similar kind of rules might be going on too, right? So yeah. Uh, for sure, we'll have more things next week. More amazing stuff, more unseen things. Makes you think what the hell this is, right? We think we know it all, but it's always, yeah. And I knew that it's going to be a time where these things are going to be, and I'm really happy that we are doing this here and nowhere else. So that's pretty amazing. I thought it's going to be much more in the future, but I think the TFE made this thing really come out too, right? Connecting the dots, the timing, the synchronicity, everything. Take what you think, take what you resonate, leave what you don't, right? There are many things which are, uh, how do you say, backing it up that could be true, because there he was saying about the crescent moon, and I also showed the images of those scientists and oceanographers and the cartographers showing those internal sun and the continent with the crescent shapes. So absolutely, guys, love it, love it. Yeah, I think Vlad is not there. Aloha got dropped out, guys. That's what we have today for you guys. That's what we have for until next week, right? So yeah, Gene, brother, last thoughts.
Oh, bro, that was some presentation, man. Those pictures are they're real inspiring to the imagination, you know. Um, the damage control on TFE is showing more and more, and I think I would love to see more and more of this kind of stuff, bro. You know, um, whatever these phones can do and all this new technology is stuff that I think we could do. So they're ripping us off with that, and I'm not sure what's out there, but a lot of land to be explored. So more of this that comes out is it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to seeing next week too. He's talking about under the water over there, so that's going to be really interesting, bro. No, so thanks to everyone in the chat. It's good to see everybody. And bro, thanks again, man. Great show, bro. Always great to be here. Yeah. Have a good week, everybody.
Oh yeah, brother. Absolutely. It's great that we are sharing this all together, all of us, whoever is everybody in the chat who has been with us, right? Seeing it live. And yeah, it's great to have this journey together and trying to understand, right? And it's in the end, it's our job to see and think and feel what makes sense and what doesn't make sense, right? So that's great. And we will continue with this till we can, right? Maybe we will see what they want us to see, right? So, absolutely. Thanks, Gene. Thanks, Vlad, Sam, Aloha. Thanks, everybody in the chat, each and every one of you, to sharing the time with us. And yeah, get ready for the next week, too. Amazing stuff coming. We're going to be deep and diving in deeper. With this next week, we're going to be diving inside, all right? These waters, these amazing waters, and what's there store for us. So, yep, this is Vikka signing out, guys. See you next week. Bye, everyone. I love you all. Bye.